Hello everyone. Good morning. Good to see you guys back. Hi Hitesh, I see you. Hi Annie, Rahul, Shivam, Anurag. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining this morning. We'll wait for another 1 minute or so that others also join in. And then probably we will start with our first session for strategic management. Hey Karthik, hi Sonika. Hi Ready, how are you? Just type in where you guys are from so that I know what to talk about, right? If I've been visiting that place, I'll probably tell you something about that place. Tell me where you guys from. Hitesh, Shani, Rahul, Shivam, Anurag, Karthik, Soneka, Bangadi. Where are you from? Type in. While we wait for another people to join in for the next 30 seconds, let's talk about where you're from. Hey Aditi, hi Sriram. Awesome, Aditi is from Kanpur. Great. Annie is also from Kanpur. Awesome. Kanpur has got its new metro, I saw, right? कानपुर में तो मेट्रो शुरू हो गई. Hey Radhika, Kiran, Uttara, how are you? Aarti is there, Meghna is there, Awesome, Sai is there, Sri Ram is there. Great. Hey Aarti, you have also attended the foundation classes. Awesome. Congratulations now being in intermediate, right? Okay. You have people from Delhi, Hyderabad, Jaipur, which is in Orissa. Okay. I didn't know that, son. I got it. Hyderabad. I'm good, Sai. Thank you so much. You're from Telangana. Awesome. Where in Telangana? Hey Karthik, I'm also from Delhi. Kushi, good morning. From Nashik. Oh, Nashik again, a great place. I've been to Nashik. Rahul is from Nagaur, Rajasthan. Sir, pani kar diya aapne Rajasthan mein. Hitesh is from Rajasthan. Shivam from Punjab. Awesome. You're from Fazilka. I've been to Fazilka also. Great. Hi Shravya. Hi Gani. How are you? Sriram from Chennai. Go to Marine Beach, bro. Like 1 kilometer beach and then the water starts. It's crazy. Hey Surya, how are you? Hiral is from Mumbai. Mumbai people to barish hi barish. I think you're not taking an umbrella and sitting. Right? कार्तिक माई एनर्जी नींद उड़ाने में मेरी खुद की उड़ी हुई है सर. इतनी सुबह उठा दिया है. Aditi, yes. We have Kothina. Hi, good morning, Kothina. How are you? Uttara is from Kerala, the God's own country. Kothina, again, good morning. Hi, Uttara is from Kerala. Hitesh, Jodhpur. Well, Jodhpur ka Ghanta Ghar and that kachori near the Ghanta Ghar is bahut sahi. I've been to Jodhpur. Kiran is from Bengaluru. Again, 21 degrees in the winters and 21 degrees in summer. Same weather throughout the year. Great. राधिका इज फ्रॉम मथुरा. अरे कहाँ से आ गया? कृष्ण जी की नगरी से. अनीता इज फ्रॉम हैदराबाद अगेन. ओके. जेनेशा इज फ्रॉम आयुटुक फाउंडेशन. Awesome, you are from Bangalore. I'm a big fan of you as well. We have Sai from Vanapaltu from Telangana. Awesome, Julia from Chennai. Shriram, I am from Delhi, but right now in Bangalore. I also visit Mumbai, so I keep on moving places. Good to see you as well, Pooja. Awesome. You guys are coming from Foundation. A big congratulations to everyone who's coming from Foundation BCK classes. Good to see you guys progressing to intermediate now. I'm good. Just tell me if the voice is clear. Otherwise, I'll attach the mic as well. एक बारी mic attach करके देखेंगे if the voice is better or not, right? Bhutan is from Bindu, Vizag. Awesome. Vadodara. Hey Gagan, how are you? Namrata is from Kolhapur. Arre, Kolhapur. Awesome, guys are from all across the country. Super good. Everybody just tell me if the voice is... I'll just attach my mic now and let me know if the voice is better or not, okay? I am attaching my mic now. Is the voice much better? Is the mic working? Just give me a yes, no. Now I think the voice disturbance will also go, right? Awesome. I have now attached the mic. You are able to hear me, right? The voice is clear, loud. Awesome. Awesome. The voice is clear. Super good. Thanks, Hitesh. I'll just wait for 3, 4 more people to tell me if the voice is clear or not. The voice is much better. And then we will quickly start. Let you know what I have planned for these sessions, right? अरे अमृता, ओके, अमृत सेज आप तो कहीं देख रहे लग रहे हो. हाँ, मेरा मेरा होर्डिंग लगा हुआ है. आई हैव आल्सो डन एन एड फॉर कैडबरी. मजाक कर रहा हूँ. ऑसम. एको हो रहा है. वो चला जाएगा अभी. जैसे जैसे शोर बढ़ेगा वैसे चला जाएगा. अभी सुबह तो एको होगा. ऑसम. ग्रेट. Perfect. Thank you everyone who's saying the voice is clear. Let us quickly set up the context कि हम इन sessions में करेंगे क्या, right? We all know syllabus complete करना है. We all know we'll be studying strategic management. Intermediate level पे है, paper 7 भी है. Strategic management पढ़ेंगे. But the core thing that I think is much more important for you guys is to understand कि what you need to do after intermediate. हम लोग आर्टिकलशिप में क्या करेंगे, बिजनेस से रिलेटेड क्या होता है. विल टॉक अबाउट करियर्स, विल टॉक अबाउट रेज्यूमेज, विल टॉक अबाउट इंटर्नशिप्स, विल टॉक अबाउट आर्टिकलशिप, इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग की भी बात करेंगे. पढ़ते पढ़ते हर चीज की बात करना चाहता हूँ बिकॉज what happens is a lot of people have a lot of questions around what happens after study. How do I find a good articleship? What are the top 5 companies I should aim for? What should be my career path be? Should I go into practice? Should I go into industry? Should I go into big fours? Should I do audit, due diligence, investment banking? Right? We'll talk about everything. I want to cover everything because I think that is where the more focus is. Syllabus to kar hi lenge. We'll do syllabus. We'll do all the chapters very quickly. I have great questions for you. Latest news se questions leke we'll come up and solve some case studies. We'll solve a lot of questions, MCQs, which will help you understand the concepts. और एक बार concept आ गया फिर तो exam में you will be super easy to solve those questions. You will score great marks, I can assure you. Right? The best part about these sessions, I think, will be we will talk beyond the syllabus, right? We will go beyond the syllabus. We will talk about a lot more things that matter to you, that matter to me, right? As a chartered accountant, as a student of chartered accountancy, a lot of other things that will matter to you. We will discuss everything. Keep posting your questions here. I will try to answer each and every question, be it within the syllabus, be it outside the syllabus, related to the course, related to the careers, or probably what we'll do after every session, right? After every session, 10 minute ka block we'll keep for career related questions, right? What is to be done there? How do we do that? What are the kind of jobs to expect? Office mein CA karta kya? We'll talk about all of those things in the later end of every session. All the sessions will cover that, right? Awesome. Great. I am also ready. If you are ready, we can start by talking about what this first chapter, which is going to be the introductory chapter, right? I will just select the pen. All right. So what we are going to do today is we are starting with intermediate level paper 7B. Okay. We're doing paper 7B, which is strategic management. You know my name by now. Thank you so much. And I also know all your names now. So we are ready for the sessions right away. Okay, cool. So what we are doing today is we will be talking about chapter number 1, which is introduction. Obviously, chapter number 1 hamesha introduction hi hota. So what are we going to introduce ourselves to? We will understand some of the basic concepts of strategy kya hota hai, management kya hota hai, what does business do, how are businesses designed. Think about a big company like a Wipro or Infosys or Tata Group or HUL or BCG, right? They're Marico, big companies. They are so huge companies with revenues of 50,000 crores, 40,000 crores. How are they doing that business? They have 1 lakh people working in their factories. They have 50,000 people on the road. They're delivering that stuff. How is Flipkart working? How is Amazon working? They need management. They need people who are working in the company and they need strategy. They have to fight the competition. Flipkart को Amazon से लड़ना है, Flipkart Amazon को मिलके Meesho से लड़ना है, right? Tata Tea has to fight with HUL की chai, right? And then there is Wagh Bakri, XYZ. All these tea brands have to fight amongst themselves. कैसे fight करेंगे competition? How will I strategize? If I want to expand, I'm a company. Let's say I'm a company in UP में Lucknow में. I'm a company in Lucknow. I want to expand to the southern part of India. I want to go to Bangalore. I want to go to Hyderabad. I want to go to Kochi, right? How do I expand my business? मेरे को strategy लगेगी. I will need a strategy to do that, right? And I will need people. I will need skills to influence people within the company to achieve that goal. कि चलो हम लखनऊ की छोटी सी कंपनी है. Let us go and expand to the southern part of India, right? मेरे को लोग लगेंगे, मुझे स्ट्रैटेजी लगेगी, मुझे पैसा लगेगा, मुझे टाइम लगेगा. All of this is covered into strategic management, right? All of this is covered into strategic management, and we will throughout the sessions understand companies ये करती कैसे हैं. How is a company from a 5 crore revenue, छोटी सी company, becomes a 50,000 crore revenue? This is what I'll take you through all the chapters, right? सिर्फ सिलेबस नहीं पढ़ेंगे, सिर्फ थ्योरी नहीं पढ़ेंगे. We will talk about businesses. We will talk about companies. धंधे की बात करेंगे, right? So let us begin with introduction to strategic management, wherein first we'll try to break down this entire term. Strategy क्या है, management क्या है, business क्या होता है, right? So let us get into this. Okay. Now first, to understand business strategy, हमें पहली चीज समझनी पड़ेगी business policy, right? Now business policy और strategy में बहुत बड़ा फर्क है, but it is ideally used like against one another. I'll explain it to you in 2 minutes, right? Okay, I have a few questions. Meanwhile, we'll take that as well. Sure. Will the whole SM be taught by me? Absolutely yes, Amritpal. The entire SM will be taught by me. Should we maintain a notebook? So there are two options. You want to take notes, it's your call. Start taking notes, write down whatever you think is important. Otherwise, I will anyway upload these PPTs, okay? I will upload this entire presentation after every session to the portal, and you can download it from there, okay? Now, my suggestion is these presentations are only for revision purpose, okay? You have to study the study material. That book is your Bible for strategic management. You cannot escape study material, okay? Study material से ही सब कुछ पढ़ना है. Each and every word of study material you have to read, you have to understand. My sessions, my presentations should be used only for revision purpose, right? यहाँ पे बात करेंगे, यहाँ पे we will converse, we will answer your doubts, we will understand from you कि फंस कहाँ रहा है, where do you find it difficult to understand a particular concept or a theory. But my presentations and my sessions should ideally be used for mega revision, right? Not even micro. काफी अच्छा revision है. We have big presentations, but study material should be your Bible. Okay, I want to make it very clear. People come and ask me कि आप presentation पढ़ ली, exam में 50 आ जाएंगे, 60 आ जाएंगे, 100 आ जाएंगे. नहीं आएंगे, right? You have to study the study material, right? That is your holy book. That is right, Karthik. Study material is the holy book. You have to study that. Cool. Let us get into the first concept, business policy or business strategy. Okay. Now, businesses have to respond to dynamic and hostile external forces. Modi ji आएंगे और बोल देंगे आज से नोटबंदी. Modi ji will come and tells you the GST rate has increased 5%. Right? The government comes and tells we are on war with China. You cannot import anything from China. कुछ भी हो सकता है. For a business, externally, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Now, let us suppose there is a factory. Okay. Now there are floods in Jammu and Kashmir. So now, for example, there is someone who has a factory in Jammu of, let's say, making t-shirts. Okay. The person is making t-shirts in Jammu. Floods आ गए, right? Floods आ गए. एकदम से factory में पूरा पानी भर गया, right? There are floods. The entire factory is filled with water. The business is down for 2 months. सब कुछ गीला हो गया. The machines are out. पूरा पानी से भर गया. People have left the job. How will the business respond to that? Business have to respond to dynamic. Dynamic means ever changing. बहुत जल्दी से change होते हैं. and hostile, not in your control, right? Which can be negative for you, things which can be negative and out of your control. The business has to respond to those things जो externally हो रही हैं, right? Floods आ गए, earthquake आ गया, the government changed the policy, there is geopolitical tension, Russia से लड़ाई हो गई, कुछ हो गया, some external factors coming, your competitor has reduced the prices, your competitor has done X, Y, Z things, right? A lot of things your competitor has done. Foundation में पढ़ा था external environment, internal environment, वहीं से the entire external environment changes. What will you do? What can you do? You cannot do anything, right? It is very difficult for you to do anything because this is out of your control, right? Now, how do you respond to it? सीखना हमें क्या है कि if something ऐसा flood आ गया or the law changes or the tax changes, how does a business respond? सीखना तो यही है, right? ये तो हमें पता है change आ जाएगा, but business respond कैसे करता है? Two things, okay? The business can respond by using a business policy or by using a business strategy. But the difference is business policy is a thought process, okay? Business policy is a thought process which talks about what should be done in a particular situation, right? It is rational analytical aspect of management. Matlab, I'll give you an example iske baad, but let us understand. Business policy is a thought process, okay? Business policy is a thought process, while business strategy, it is real actions. Business strategy is real actions, okay? Business policy is a thought process. Business strategy is a real action, okay? Now, I'll give you an example. Your parents tell you, subah uth ke padhai kiya kar. Wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning and you should study. You should study. Thought process, right? That is a business policy that your parents think will help you achieve your mission and objectives. Your mission and objectives is to get good marks in your examinations for now as students. So business policy thought process, which says based on logic and analysis, your parents think कि सुबह जल्दी उठोगे तो 2-4 घंटे अच्छे से पढ़ाई करके you can cover a lot of syllabus and you will have your entire day to enjoy, okay? So logically they give you a thought process saying कि आप सुबह उठ के पढ़ा करो. That is a business policy. Business strategy क्या? The business strategy is what you do. You convert that into real actions. If you wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, start studying, start covering your syllabus or whatever the case is, right? That is your business strategy. You think कि चलो alarm लगा लेते हैं, रात को जल्दी सो जाते हैं. You start planning things, okay? Now your parents are giving you a policy, a thought process कि आपको क्या करना चाहिए, right? The business policy tells you what should be done in a particular situation. But what actually you do to achieve that, that is business strategy. आप रात को जल्दी 10 बजे सो जाते हैं. You put an alarm for 5:30 a.m. You wake up at 6. You do 15 minutes of running, jogging, stretching, whatever you do. You start, you take a coffee or chai or whatever you have. That is your business strategy. You start planning and executing, right? So business policy is a thought process. कि क्या करना चाहिए. While business strategy is what you actually do, right? For business, generally, it is a long-range blueprint, right? Businesses are more concerned when we talk about strategy. They think long-term. Business को ऐसा नहीं चाहिए 10 दिन में क्या करूँगा, अगले 3 months में क्या करूँगा. The business is more concerned with what am I going to do in the next 3 years, what I'm going to do in the next 5 years, what I'm going to do in the next 10 years, right? I am in 2022. What will be my business look like, or how is my business going to look like in 2032? ये है strategy. ये strategy हमको बनानी है. ये strategy नहीं बनानी है दिसंबर में कैसा business होगा, right? That we will already manage. काम चल रहा है, right? Business strategy and business policy is majorly long term, right? Good. I have a question here. Let us solve that. Strategic man, only NCQs will be asked from inside the material. No, you will have case studies also. You will have good case studies with 4 or 5 questions. You will have to answer those as well. long आपको subjective questions भी आएंगे. You should go and look at the mock test paper. Look at the last attempt paper. You will get a touch and feel of how the examination is going to be, right? Go and download last attempt paper. Go and see mock papers, right? You will understand what kind of questions and what to expect. Okay, that will help you. Any other questions so far, or we can go ahead? Any questions, sirs and ma'ams, or we can go ahead? Yes, Namrata, our study material is absolutely important. Same here, Neha, right? Any questions, or we go ahead to the next thing? MCQ should be asked from inside the material or even questions also. Yes, everything from the concept. Same copy paste nahi aayega, but the concept will be the same, right? I have a lot of questions today for you. You will get a touch and feel. Hota kaise question? What kind of questions to expect in examination? We will do 7-8 questions today. Right now, we'll do that. Sure, we will go ahead. Okay, Radhika says business strategy. Business strategy, Radhika, is real actions. Business policy is a thought process. Kya karna chahiye, what should be done, while business strategy is what you actually do to convert that thought process into real actions. Okay, that is business strategy. Cool. Let us go on to the next one, which is an example of business policy versus a strategy, right? You will not get these examples in study material. These are something that I have prepared for you. Okay, so probably you will not get in study material. Policy kya hai? The scope within which you can plan actions. Okay, it's a thought process. Kya karna chahiye? For example, you're doing a business, and your business policy, your overall thought process of achieving success is you will be truthful to the customers, right? Your overall thought process of achieving success in the business is you want to be truthful to the customers, right? You want customers to believe you and trust you. How do you do that? The business strategy is converting this into real actions. Okay. Now, how do you do that? The real actions that you plan to take are strategy. For example, decreasing quantity while keeping the prices same and mentioning that in ads. Now, your business policy is कि मुझे customer को सच्चाई बतानी है. I want to be truthful to the customer, and your business strategy to achieve that is, let us suppose you have a product जो कि पहले 12 rupees का था, okay, which was for 12 rupees now, and you used to get 100 grams. You used to give people 100 grams, okay. आप 100 ग्राम देते थे 12 रुपए में. Now you are giving 50. Now you're giving again at 12 rupees only, but at 80 grams. अब आप 80 grams दे रहे हो in same 12 rupees. We have reduced the quantity for the same price. You will mention that on the packing. Now you mention this on the packing of your product. इसको बोलते हैं business strategy. Strategy क्या आ रही है? Policy से आ रही है. Policy is I want to be truthful to the customer, and for that my action plan is मैं customer को सब कुछ सच बता दूंगा. I will tell the customer on the packing, boss, I'm still taking 12 rupees from you, but अब 80 grams दूंगा because there is inflation, the prices are rising for me as well. So I will charge you still 12 rupees. Price नहीं बढ़ा रहा हूँ, but quantity कम कर रहा हूँ, right? So we will mention that on the packaging. That is the difference between policy and strategy. And businesses, and in this chapter and in this syllabus, we are going to focus on strategy. हम लोग बात करेंगे strategy के ऊपर, right? Sure. The descriptive questions are difficult. They have to be difficult, right? You are in intermediate now. The institute has to find out the best people who are solving those questions, who are getting great marks. You have to be in the top 5-7%, right? And that is why the questions are going to be difficult. Okay, how to get some sort of business environment, because till now everything in our hand is theoretical, no practical exposure. Sure, Karthik, after intermediate, you will go for articleship. If you want to see a good business environment, go and try for some industry, probably for industrial training. Once you go to your audit or your taxation, your articleship, in the final year, after 16, 18 months, now you can do your industrial training, right? And the process is also changing now. So probably if you want a real business example, go for industrial training. A lot of companies take, Wipro takes industrial training, go for Goldman Sachs, go for Big Fours, go for your BCG, go for Bain and Company, target these big companies, right? Then JP Morgan takes industrial training, Tililog, then a lot of companies, Crompton Greaves takes, then your Vanguard takes in Vishakhapatnam. All these companies offer industrial training. So go and approach them during your articleship. For like start building your network on LinkedIn probably. You will find a lot of opportunities and you'll get good exposure there, right? What to do is policy and how to do is strategy. Absolutely right. So yeah, it's a great choice. You want to go to Big Four, it's a great culture, it's a great exposure to learning. A lot of new works you will learn and how to be professional. Probably they are the best places to teach you how to be very professional with the clients, right? So Big Fours are really good. Cool. Let us go on to the next topic. Strategy or policy हमें समझ आ गया, right? Let us talk about management. अभी management समझते, right? Strategy समझ आ गया, policy समझ आ गया. Let us talk about management. Like I told you, strategy बना लेंगे, but we need people. We need people to execute our plans. We need people to develop plans. We need people to work on the dream of the organization, right? So management is the key group in an organization that is in charge of its affairs. Key group, right? Managers, senior managers, CEO, CFO, CTO, all these people are the key group. Directors, senior managers, vice president, CEO, CFO, CTO, CXO, right? The key group of individuals which are in charge of its affairs in the organization are called management, okay? A set of interrelated functions. What they do set of interrelated functions. ठीक है, finance देखते हैं, HR देखते हैं, human resources. Then they look after R&D, research and development. They look after people. They look after policies. They look after legal and compliance. They look after supply chain. They look after logistics. Right? So interrelated functions हैं. अगर किसी को supply chain बढ़ाना है, so if I want to go from Lucknow to Vishakhapatnam or Hyderabad, I will need more trucks. I will need more train access. I will need more raw material, right? And for that, I will need money. Money will be dependent on finance department. How to procure raw material will be on purchase department. I will need more trucks and trains. उसके लिए logistic department चाहिए, right? So interrelated functions में जो काम करते हैं लोग, they are called management. They are called management. Key group people who are responsible for doing or taking in charge of the affairs of the company are called management. Okay, cool. एक और job है उनकी. सिर्फ काम तो करते हैं. They take decisions, they execute plans, they make strategies, but they also influence people and resources. Right? उनको और लोगों से काम भी तो करवाना है. Right? So the managers, senior managers, directors, CEOs, they also have to make other people work. Right? So they have to influence people. They have to, the resources, the events, external, government से बात करके अच्छे deals लानी है. They have to talk to competitors. They have to understand competitors. They have to talk to suppliers, vendors. They have to influence people as well. Right? So management के पास बहुत सारा काम होता है मैनेजमेंट के पास, and they are the key people who execute the overall strategy, right? They are called management. They are called management. Got it. I have a question. Let us see. How to learn this subject after understanding. Okay. How to learn this subject after understanding. Let us quickly see. The problem you will face with this chapter or with this thing is, just give me 1 second. Right. So the problem with this subject you will face is basically that a lot of people do not understand the concept, and they only have to go by the questions, right? They will try to solve a lot of questions without understanding the concept, right? Concept समझ आ जाएगा, management क्या है, strategy क्या है, policy क्या है, right? And that is where you start understanding the questions. We'll do a lot of questions. Mock papers भी करेंगे, we will do case studies also. So just hang on for the next 13, 14 sessions. I will do all the questions. We'll study a lot of MCQs, subjective questions. We will do case studies also. 30, 40 minutes case scenarios bhi karenge. So be assured on that, right? So you'll start understanding how to solve a question after understanding a concept, right? Okay. The question is for career related. How is industrial training different from normal articleship? Okay, industrial training is, as the name suggests, it's industrial training. So you're going in a company to work as an employee, right? You're not going to be an article. You're not going to be an intern there. You're going to be a full-time employee there, right? And then you understand how a business works, how a particular organization works, and that is how it is different. आपको पूरा एक काम दिया जाता है as a full-time employee, so that you get a flavor. Once you become a chartered accountant, what is expected out of you, right? So that is how it is different, and that is how it gives you much more industrial experience, right? For those who want to go into industry, if you want to go into industry or a big MNC or companies or manufacturing, pharmaceutical, e-commerce, startup, ab jaake industrial training kijiye, you'll get that exposure, right? Case solving techniques also we'll do. We'll do that live. I will solve cases with you live. So be assured on that as well. Sure, we'll talk about careers in the last 10 minutes every session. All the questions on career, industrial training, kya hai, articleship kaise bholte hain, which is a good articleship for me, how do I decide what to do. We will talk about everything in the last 10 minutes in every session. Okay, I can promise you we'll do that. Sure, logistics department means movement of goods, right? पॉइंट ए से हरिद्वार से आपको सामान लेके जाना है सूरत, कैसे लेके जाएंगे? थ्रू ट्रक्स, थ्रू ट्रेन्स, थ्रू एरोप्लेन. दैट इज लॉजिस्टिक्स, राइट? इन्फ्लुएंस रिसोर्सेज, राइट? पैसा कहाँ से आएगा? रिसोर्स. लेट अस टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ रिसोर्स बीइंग मनी. मनी इज अ रिसोर्स. हाउ डू यू इन्फ्लुएंस? बैंक से these management people go to banks and say कि boss, we need 500 crores का loan, we need 10,000 crores का loan. Now Adani is going to SBI and saying I need 40,000 crores का loan to set up a new like port. I have to develop a new port for my goods to do transaction. I want to transact with Europe. I need 40,000 crores. Adani is going and influencing a bank to give them 40,000 crores, right? That is influencing resources. Cool. Sure. Some people say that doing articleship in big firm is working only in one department. Not sure, Kushi. It depends on your experience. Depends on how you influence your managers or people in your organization. It really depends. Awesome. Some questions as test after completing. We will have questions while we go through these chapters, right? While we go through these chapters, we will talk about that. Sure. Influencing events also. Okay. Back to influencing events. Events क्या होता है? For example, your competitor, right? I am Patanjali और Colgate ने क्या किया? अपनी टूथपेस्ट में नमक डाल दिया, right? I am Patanjali. I am making a toothpaste. Colgate comes with an ad campaign and says आपकी टूथपेस्ट में नमक है. Now people are talking about that. People are saying अरे नमक से तो अच्छा है. नमक is a natural resource. हमारे पुराने लोग used to use salt to brush their teeth with सरसों का तेल. Now they are doing that thing. Now Patanjali has to influence this event. There is an event in the market where the competitor is becoming bigger than you, is more viral than you on social media. So you have to influence that event. What do? They made Baba Ramdev the head of their marketing. Everywhere Baba Ramdev, everywhere he goes, he's saying Patanjali, 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 Patanjali. Pura Patanjali kar diya. Right? So that is how you influence events. That is what strategy, that is what management does. It executes and influences people, resources, and events. Right? So these are how management works to make their business successful. Sab kuch ho raha hai. Everyone is doing everything. Once you study this entire subject, right, you start understanding bhai ye business to yahi kar raha hai. Every business is doing these simple things, but in a creative way. Right? You will start understanding a lot of things. Let us quickly go to understand strategy. Management समझ आ गया, policy और strategy का difference समझ लिया. But let us understand technically strategy क्या चीज है. थोड़ा सा study material का theory also let us understand. So there were two guys, two uncles that told कि भाई strategy क्या है, which gave more meaning to what is strategy. Okay, number one was Iger and Soft, and number two was Mr. William Duke. Okay, now Mr. Ansoff said common thread amongst organizational activities. Strategy क्या है? What is strategy? What is strategy? Question mark है. Strategy क्या है? He says strategy is a common thread. He says it is a common thread between organizational activities and markets that define nature of business that they have or have planned for the future. Right? Simple है. Common thread organizational activities के बीच में and the market. You have to understand the external environment and you have to develop internal अपने काम, आपको internal decisions, internal organization की activities को you have to intertwine so that you can tackle challenges in the market. Notebandi ho gayi. There is change in the government. There is law is changing. GST rates are changing. Your suppliers are changing. Your vendor is saying हम ज़्यादा पैसा लेंगे. Or the government itself is changing some kind of a law. There is geopolitical tension. Competitor is changing something in the environment. Competitor is becoming very huge. So all these external things you have to manage while changing or adapting your internal. You can't go and change external things. All you can change is your internal activities, and that is strategy. Strategy is all about changing your internal activities to adjust to external things, right? Super easy example. Ansoff strategy को क्या बोलते हैं? He says, for example, ICAI, the institute has changed the syllabus. Okay, institute has changed the syllabus. Can you and me do anything? We can't do anything, right? That is their decision. That is what they think is good for the students, which absolutely is, right? But you and me cannot go and challenge that. ये नहीं जाके बोल सकते अरे syllabus change हो गया, हम नहीं खेल रहे, अब हम नहीं पढ़ेंगे, syllabus change हो गया. You can't do that, right? What you can do is you can strategize. You can start preparing for the new syllabus. You can buy books. You can start preparing for that. You cannot change the market. You cannot change the external environment. All you can do is strategize your internal processes. अपने ऊपर काम करना शुरू करेंगे so that you achieve what you plan for in the future. That is what Ansoff says. Simple है. वो कहते हैं external को तो आप नहीं छेड़ सकते. You have to work on your internal organizational activities to achieve what your planned future is. Mr. Gluck, second guy. This guy came. I changed the color. देखो मजा आएगा. Let's take pink. So Mr. Gluck came in and said, right, unified, comprehensive and integrated plan designed to ensure objectives are achieved. Now he gave three things. He said unified, comprehensive, unified है, comprehensive है and integrated है. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? Unified है, that means it is one. The organization works as one. It is comprehensive, easily understandable, easily across the organization. हम इसको push कर सकते हैं. Strategy ऐसी होनी चाहिए. The strategy should be one, which can be spread across the organization, which can be used across the organization. It should be unified. It should be comprehensive. ऐसा नहीं हो finance department की strategy is not in sync with the purchase department. Marketing department की strategy should not be like it is not in sync with sales department. Everything should be comprehensive. Everything should be unified. Everything should be integrated. आपस में मिलती जुलती होनी चाहिए, right? What? Plan. ऐसा एक plan. What is a strategy? Duke says strategy एक ऐसा plan है. Strategy is a plan which is unified, comprehensive and integrated to achieve your objectives, right? It is a plan which is integrated, comprehensive and unified to achieve what you have planned for yourself in the future, right? While Ansoff says you own the change in your internal activities to meet the external things is called strategy, right? That is the two differences in strategy between Ansoff and Gluck. Okay, great. Super, Karthik. Karthik has given a summary also. Policy is what is to be done. It's a thought process, and strategy is what you actually do. Management, the actual actions done by the management, the key group of people that are in charge. That is absolutely right. And now strategy ki two definitions by two great uncles of strategy management, of strategic management, your Ansoff and Blue, right? Okay. Aditi will talk about careers in the last 10 minutes, right? Otherwise, toot jayega, right? Last 10 minutes, for sure, we're talking about careers every session. Pakka karenge, right? Is it compulsory to write these two definitions? Yes. Yes. Exam may, you can be asked. You should know these definitions, right? There is no alternative. You have to know these definitions. Cool. Let us go to understand very, very easy concept, right? इसको example के साथ ले. I'll give you a classic example and then we will understand this, okay? Now, think about this scenario. You and your three friends, your four people, you and your three friends in class 11th. जब आप class 11th में थे, ज़्यादा पढ़ाई नहीं होती थी, right? 11th में कौन पढ़ता है? 12th में मेहनत करके marks ले आएंगे. So when you were in class 11th, four of you, you and your three friends decided कि चलो आज school bunk करके movie देखने जाते हैं, right? But you guys decided, you had a strategy. अब आपने strategy बनाई that you guys decided we will enter the school, we will go for attendance during the lunch break. दरवाजा खुलेगा, the main gate, school gate will open. We will tell them we have to just get something from the outside. We will request the security guard and we will go out and we will not come back. This is your planned strategy of bunking the school. Okay. Now, four friends are trying to bunk the school. You four friends in 11th are trying to bunk the school, and you have a planned strategy. Darwaza khulega lunch mein, we will go out and we will not come back. Movie dekhne chale jayenge. Okay. Now, what happens? This was your planned strategy. Abhi lunch break hua. Now there is lunch break, and now you guys reach the darwaza bhi khula, and you go to the security guard, and security guard says you cannot go outside, it is not allowed, right? Strictly he says मैं आपका नाम लिख दूंगा register में, आपकी मैं photo ID रख लूंगा, आप बाहर नहीं जा सकते, right? And now your strategy fails. You thought कि request करेंगे, security guard will agree and we will go out and bunk the school. But the security guard says, no, I cannot allow. Even if you have to go out, I will keep your ID cards. If you do not come back, we'll complain, right? Now the things changed. Things that you planned are not working. So what do? You do a reactive strategy. You do a reactive strategy. So what is your reactive strategy? You think hard and you say, क्या करें? So ये ठीक है. Lunch break में जब बहुत ज़्यादा भीड़ होगी, when there will be a lot of people, a lot of hawala across the ground, हम लोग दीवार टाप के चले जाएंगे. We will jump across the wall and we will run out of school, right? Not a good thing to do, but this is what your strategy is. We are just taking a hypothetical example in class 11, right? Now, this is your reactive strategy. Now, you had a planned strategy. You reached a point, everything was going fine. You reached a point, but things changed. सब कुछ change हो गया. जो सोचा था वो हो नहीं रहा. So what do? You do a reactive strategy, right? You have to react to the changes in the strategy, and that is reactive strategy. Acha. Now the question comes, how do you know planned strategy and how do you react to a reactive strategy? Acha. The question is simple. Planned strategy के लिए you need experience, you need technical know-how, resources, strength and weakness, and competitive capabilities. इसका मतलब क्या है? Now think about this. You need experience and technical know-how. You knew कि भाई lunch time पे दरवाजा खुलता है, right? You knew lunch time पे दरवाजा खुलता है. That is your technical know-how. That is your experience. What are the resources? You have four friends. You're trying to influence the security guard. That is influencing the resources, right? External resources. Security guard आपके लिए. You're trying to influence them, right? Your strength and weakness. Your strength is you can talk to people very nicely, right? You can talk to people, you can influence them. That is your strength. Weakness क्या है कि हम कोई मना करेगा तो हम जल्दी से मान जाएंगे. We will not fight for it. Like security guard said आप नहीं जा सकते, तो we said अच्छा कोई बात नहीं कुछ और कर लेते. That is your weakness. Probably I'm just thinking, right? And your competitive capabilities can be you can think very quickly. You can change your plans very quickly. That can be your competitive capability. Right now, this entire scenario of bunking, right? This entire scenario of bunking your school from a planned strategy to things changing in the middle and then doing a reactive strategy because of your experience, because of your technical know-how, because of your power to influence resources, because you're of your strengths to influence people or XYZ, कुछ भी strength हो सकती है, marketing हो सकती है, तो finances आपकी strength हो सकती है, right? And your competitive capabilities. Because of all these things that you have as an individual or as an organization, you can have a planned strategy. And when things don't go your way, you adapt to the changes in the situation or the external environment or the internal environment, right? That is reactive strategy. That is reactive strategy. Now, quick addition to this is, we are just talking about कुछ external change हो गया, security guard ने मना कर दिया, सरकार ने कुछ change कर दिया, something happens in some other country, export import में दिक्कत आ गई. क्या सिर्फ यही changes हैं? No, the changes can be internal also, right? Changes can be internal. The CEO quit the company, the CFO quit the company. A lot of people are leaving your company. पैसा नहीं है, the banks are not giving you loans, right? A logistics team is not efficient. Logistic team को समझ ही नहीं आ रहा हम आपका सामान हरिद्वार से विशाखापट्टनम कैसे भेजें. A lot of costs they are recurring. They are not able to understand how to reduce cost. Internal problems भी हो सकती है. उसके लिए also you have to understand the reactive strategy. You have to change basis your internal problems and your external problems both. Strategy covers both the things. Strategy covers internal problems also and external problems also. Right? Great. No problems here. Better late than never. अच्छा है, आज first session है. Probably be on time from the next one. Shriram, I will have tests after like 3 chapters, right? 3 chapters का consolidated test रखेंगे. हर chapter के बाद it's very difficult, right? It takes a lot of time. But after every 2 or 3 chapters, we'll take a consolidated test of 50 questions or 30 difficult questions, right? We will do that. Everything is planned, sir. Everything is planned. Great. Change in plan due to change in situation is reactive strategy. That is right here. Namrata, awesome. If these examples are helping you, no one is more happier than me, right? Do you understand what actual strategy is? It is a grouping. It is a summation of planned strategy plus reactive strategy based on your experience, based on your know-how, based on your resource का influence करने का power, based on your strengths, right? आपको अपनी क्षमता पता है, right? You know what you are good at. Based on that, you have a planned strategy, and based on that, you have a reactive strategy. इन दोनों को क्लब कर दोगे, एक actual company की strategy बन जाएगी. So, actual company strategy is basically built out of a planned strategy and a reactive strategy. Planned strategy, you have solid plan. कुछ भी, there is any change, whenever in the timeline of your plans, you react to those changes, and that creates an overall company strategy. Right? Krishna, if I check your copies, I'll give everyone full marks. Right? That is why they don't let me check the copies. मैं तो सबको पास कर दूँगा. 3 months are sufficient for exam preparation? Absolutely yes, Nandada. More than enough. More than enough. I'll tell you why. थोड़ा सा मेहनत लगेगी probably. If you spend 4 hours on Instagram Reels watching girls and boys dancing and flexing their muscles, probably 3 months are less. But if you can study for like 6-7 hours, around 6-7 hours in a day, good focused study कर लोगे, probably 3 months are more than sufficient, right? But I tell everyone, see, beyond my chapter, beyond what I'm teaching strategic management, like let's take all other subjects, accounting hai, audit hai, economics hai, whatever subjects they are there, right? Please practice as many questions as you can, right? The trick and tip from me for you constantly will be read your study material thoroughly, right? एक बार study material thoroughly पढ़ो and then start solving questions, past year attempt questions, mock papers, questionnaires खरीदो, buy question banks. I will give you some question banks. You have so many questions uploaded on the website. Please go and solve as many questions as you can, right? उससे 100% मतलब 2 times better chances of getting great, not even good, great marks लाने के लिए solving as many questions, all the subjects. I'm not just talking about strategic management, audit है, accounting है, or you are studying economics or doing XYZ, right? कुछ भी पढ़ रहे हो, solve past year mock papers, questionnaires, उससे अच्छा कुछ नहीं है for specifically for chartered accountants, right? Absolutely. I mean, we all have bunked a lot of classes in 11th. Right? 11th में कौन पढ़ता है? What are the points to be considered? Keywords. So plan, strategy. देखो keywords. What I'll do is awesome. I'll also give you this Ramban, like how to write answers. Quickly, I'll tell you. Keywords are super important. आप कुछ भी answer लिख रहे हैं, you write an answer in your words. Always write an answer in your words, but underline the keywords in your answer paper, right? So keywords are, if a question comes and tells you how should a company develop an actual company strategy, what are the different things a management should consider? Okay, the question is what all things a management or top management should consider for creating actual company strategy. Okay, you will say a top management or the leaders of the management should have a planned strategy, underline, which are basically new initiatives or ongoing strategy that are being done to achieve their objectives and goals that have been decided for an overall success of the organization. However, the situations and things change as the plan is executed. They may have to be ready with reactive strategy, which is basically adapting to the changes or circumstances, both in internal and external environment. First keyword हो गया, second keyword हो गया, उसके अंदर के mini keywords you have given, and then you write, and to develop a planned and a reactive strategy together, which will actually form an actual company strategy. The management will use their experience, their technical know-how, resources, strengths and weaknesses, and competitive capabilities to come up with a planned strategy and to react in a good or a positive or in a successful manner to the changes in the environment or changes in the internal environment. Right? 5-mark question, you have covered everything. 1 mark planned का मिल गया, 1 mark आपको reactive का मिल गया, half mark यहाँ मिल गया, half mark यहाँ मिल गया, 2 marks यहाँ पे मिल गया, right? Simple, 5 marks मिल गया आपको, right? That is how you have to write your answers. You have to focus on keywords. अपनी भाषा में लिखो, right? Write in whatever English or whatever flow of your answer is, but keywords are super duper important, right? Great. Awesome. Karthik, summary, yeah, awesome summary. Probably after the chapter, I'll take your summary, right? Sure. Amritpal, why are students passing at 5% only? What do you think about mistakes? See, Amrit, honestly, I will tell you, if you can prepare, see, it's about mindset, okay? Chartered accountancy, I'll spend a lot of time on your questions for career today because first chapter, right? इसके बाद तो chapters बहुत बड़े हैं. But let me answer this question very quickly. The question is why only 5% or 7 or 10% people pass in chartered accountancy, okay? But think about this. You have to prepare yourself not for the marks, okay? I am telling you from experience, a lot of us prepare for this examination based on marks कि यार मुझे 50 marks चाहिए, यार मुझे 60 marks चाहिए. I have to get an exemption. Overall में मुझे 200 marks बनाने हैं. Overall में मेरे को 300 marks बनाने हैं. Do not do that. Do not do that. High chances you will not succeed. Your preparation mindset should be, I have to be in the top 5%. जैसे CAT एग्जामिनेशन है MBA के लिए, राइट? एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन होता है, इंजीनियर्स का JEE होता है IIT के लिए, राइट? Those guys are preparing to be in the top 5%, right? Same is chartered accountancy, same mindset से आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा, right? You have to study with the mindset that, boss, I have to be in the top 5% of India. Only then I'll pass, which is truth, right? अगर 5%, 10% बच्चे पास हो रहे हैं, that means the top 10% are passing, right? Baki 90 are not. So your mindset should not be getting a 40 or a 50 or a 60 or a 200 or a 400. Your mindset should be, I have to be in the top 10%, right? उसके लिए मेहनत करनी है. And the way you change your mindset of preparation, 100% you're going to succeed. Marks के पीछे भागोगे, Very difficult. I've done that mistake. I'm telling you from personal experience. Marks ke piche bhagoge, you might not succeed, right? If you start thinking top 10 mein rehna, top 10 mein rehna, top 10 mein rehna, you high chances you will prepare in that mode, right? So that is how you should prepare based on this percentage, right? I'm going to take all the chapters. Yes, Kaveri. I think that you're asking because I'm teaching good, right? Or is it like, अरे आप सारे chapter लोगे अब तो नहीं देखेंगे? Like how are you asking this question? Thanks, Neha. I look like a student. Great. That's a compliment. Thank you. I'm 40 years old actually. Can we write proactive instead of planned? Probably yes, but bracket में planned जरूर लिखना, right? You can write proactive. Proactive is also the right way. Shivam, both groups in 3 months easy to cover, depends on the preparation. पहली बार book खोल रहे हो तो difficult है, right? Shivam is asking, is it 3 months are enough for both the groups? My simple answer is, पहली बार book खोल रहे हो, पहली बार उसको smell करो, fresh book की smell होती है ना, right? If you're smelling it for the first time, very difficult. If you're smelling it for the second time, easy. Not easy, doable. Okay? Depends on what stage of preparation you are. पहली बार book खोल रहे हो तो सर बहुत मुश्किल है. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to give you false hopes. मुश्किल है. Great. I will take all the chapters. Thank you. Thank you. अरे अभी हम लोग कार्तिक प्रॉब्लली क्या कर सकते हैं सर? हमें लेने पड़ेंगे सारे लेक्चर्स. Awesome. Let us go on to the next topic. अभी देखो क्वेश्चन आया, यही तो बोल रहे थे सर. Okay, I've done this thing. Before we go to the question, tell me which language may I have written this. Which language is this, right? Which language is this? And what does this mean? Let us see. Out of syllabus, thoda sa, let's have fun. Which language is this and what does this mean? Let us see who can crack this. It's rapido prueba. What is rapido prueba? Shriram, you'll have a lot of questions. Yes, we will be uploading great number of MCQs, around 10-15 MCQs per chapter, right, for practice, which are brand new. You will not find anywhere. We'll upload those too. But right now on the screen, first question is, ये कौन सी भाषा है and what does this mean? Okay, so Hiral says test your knowledge. No, Hiral, that used to be my previous session. Okay, Khushi says German. Oh, is this German? I don't think so. Radhika says rapid questions. Awesome, Radhika. Radhika is right. But which language is this, Radhika? Anurag says proactive. You can write proactive, Anurag. But this doesn't mean proactive. It's Latin for rapid fire. Okay. French. Is it Spanish? Is it Spanish? Yes, it can be Spanish. Rapido means cab company. हाँ ये तो वो Rapido बोला अपना रणवीर सिंह सर. Very good, one ready, great. Rapido is Ranveer Singh. Ranveer Singh is under controversy also. Great to talk about that. It's Spanish, it's Latin. Okay, close. Both are right. Google ही तो करना है सर. Google ही तो करना है. फटाफट से कर लेते. It's rapid questions, rapid test, rapid quiz, right? It's a rapid quiz. Awesome. Almost close. It's Spanish, Latin. It's a mix of Spanish, Latin, probably Spanish, right? Let us now go to the question. So I will try to have a lot of rapido provas with you, right? We will have every like 3-4 slides ke baad, we will have some short, quick questions. Rapido prova means quick quiz, quick questions. And this is the first question on your screen, okay? Bunking your class. A planned strategy is most likely to be what? Simple question, very simple question on the screen. Awesome. It's Spanish and Latin mix, that is right. The question on the screen is, bunking your class, a planned strategy is most likely to be what? Is it adaptive? Is it reactive? Is it proactive, or none of these? Tell me quickly. You will not get much time. Proactive, 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 adaptive. Okay, Namrata says adaptive. Let us see. Namrata, look at the keyword. A planned strategy. A planned strategy. Look at the keyword. Keyword क्या है? Proactive, 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 reactive. कैसे? People are saying reactive or adaptive. अभी देखते हैं आंसर देखते हैं. Let us see. Sneha, probably I don't know is not an option. You have to answer. Exam में लिख दिया I don't know. Exam will give you a 0 and 0 में लिखेगा I don't know. Cool. The correct answer is proactive. क्यों? Reactive क्यों नहीं है? Adaptive क्यों नहीं? Planned strategy तो proactive होगा ना सर. Planned strategy तो हमेशा proactive होगी. Go to this table, right? Let us go to this table. What we studied. Planned strategy तो proactive होगी. Reactive अलग है, adaptive अलग है. ये adaptive और reactive तो एक ही में आ रहा है. Adaptive and reactive तो एक ही में आ रहा है. Your planned strategy is basically proactive. Your planned strategy is proactive. Reactive और adaptive तो अलग है. Planned strategy is proactive, right? And that is what this question says. A planned strategy is most likely to be proactive, right? That means planned also means proactive and reactive also means adaptive. Absolutely right. You got that right, Radhika. Planned means proactive, react or reactive means adaptive, right? Planned means proactive and reactive means adaptive. That is the right understanding, right? Awesome. Let us go to the next slide. अभी हमने समझ लिया स्ट्रैटेजी क्या है, पॉलिसी क्या है, स्ट्रैटेजी क्या है, मैनेजमेंट क्या है, राइट? एंसॉफ सर ने बता दिया हमें व्हाट इज स्ट्रैटेजी, मिस्टर ग्लूक ने बता दिया व्हाट इज स्ट्रैटेजी. मैनेजमेंट हम समझ गए, की पीपल हु आर टेकिंग डिसीजंस, इंटरट्वाइंड फंक्शंस के डिसीजंस ले रहे हैं, दे आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग दैट, सब समझ आ गया, राइट? But now we have to combine this. You understand this particular subject is strategic management, and the chapter is Introduction to Strategic Management. Strategic management hota kya hai, right? Strategic management is a never-ending managerial process. It is never-ending managerial process. अच्छा, अभी इसका keyword is managerial process. That means strategic management is only done by managers, is only done by management, right? You and me. So you start working in a company. Let's say one of you are working in a company. You got your first job in, let's say, EY, या KPMG में, या PwC में, या Deloitte. Okay, let's take an example of Deloitte. Okay, now you got your first job in Deloitte, right? क्या आप स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट करेंगे? नहीं, you will not do any strategic management. People on the top, people in the management, the key group of people who take decisions, actually do strategic management. Okay, it's a never-ending managerial process. सब लोग नहीं करते हैं कंपनी में strategic management. Only the top managerial people do strategic management. It's a managerial process, right? ये याद रखना है. Because sometimes you think, अरे मतलब मैं जॉब लगती strategic management करूंगा, नहीं. After 7-8 years, 10 years, आप करेंगे, but not in the very beginning, because it's a managerial process. Okay, but इसमें करते क्या है? What does a managerial process of strategic management look like? करना क्या होता है? First, you develop strategic vision. Vision means हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं, right? Your vision is what do we want to achieve as a company, right? What do we want to achieve as a company? Now, for example, I'll give you an example of Meesho, right? We all know Meesho now. It's an online e-commerce platform. for tier 2, tier 3 cities, and the products are comparatively cheaper than Flipkart and Amazon, right? So you get very cheap, or the small entrepreneurs or women entrepreneurs, they can go and sell their handmade stuff or low quality stuff. The small businesses can sell on Meesho, right? So the strategic vision of that company is to enable small business people to come online, right? Now, the strategic vision of that company is that we have to target 10 crore women entrepreneurs and 50 crore entrepreneurs all over India, small companies or small businesses, to come online and sell all over India. That is their vision. ये कौन कर रहे हैं? मैनेजमेंट डिसाइड कर रही है कि कंपनी को क्या करना है, राइट? इट्स अ मैनेजरियल प्रोसेस, राइट? सेटिंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, विजन तो बन गया, हमको करना क्या है? Setting objectives. In the next 6 months, we have to target 50 lakh women entrepreneurs. In the next 1 year, we have to reach 2 crore women entrepreneurs. In the next 5 years, we have to reach 5 crore women entrepreneurs. So we are setting objectives. The managerial people, the management is setting objectives. That is strategic management. Crafting a strategy. क्या करना है? Objective क्या है? But ये सब करना कैसे है? ये सब करना कैसे है? Crafting a strategy. करना कैसे है? How do you achieve ये dream or these objects? आपने एक dream किया, उसके objectives बनाए, right? Small objectives बनाए, but how do you achieve that? कुछ strategy बनाना. So Meesho की strategy है, we will do free shipping across India. We will develop an app, zero commission fee based sellers. Seller can come and sell. We will not charge any commission. We will only charge from the customer the supply chain cost की आना जाना delivery cost ले लेंगे. सप्लायर से कोई कमीशन नहीं लेंगे. ये स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई ताकि लोग आए बेचने आपके प्लेटफॉर्म, सो दैट पीपल कम ऑन योर प्लेटफॉर्म, राइट? दैट इज क्राफ्टिंग अ स्ट्रैटेजी. देन इम्प्लीमेंटिंग. ये सब तो हो गया, अब क्या किया? इम्प्लीमेंट किया. सो व्हाट हाउ आर दे इम्प्लीमेंटिंग? दे डेवलप एन एप्लीकेशन, a small application. Only Flipkart application is 110 MBs. Amazon application is 120 MBs. Meesho application is only 30 MBs, right? So implementing that, so that small people where the internet is not easily available, even they can access internet over the phone. इतनी heavy app मत बना दो कि उनका phone ही ना चले, right? Not everyone is having an iPhone or a Samsung S22, right? In a tier 2, in a tier 3 small businesses, उनके पास नॉर्मल फोन है अपना 10-12 हजार का स्मार्टफोन. सो इम्प्लीमेंटिंग ऑल दिस ड्रीम, ऑब्जेक्टिव, स्ट्रैटेजी, अलाइनिंग इट विद दैट मार्केट, वो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है. दैट इज स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट. इवैल्यूएटिंग. अच्छा, सब कुछ कर लिया, क्या हम सही जा रहे हैं? आर वी गोइंग इन द राइट डायरेक्शन? व्हाट वी थॉट, व्हाट वी आर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग, आर वी अचीविंग व्हाट वी ड्रीम्ड ऑफ? स्मॉल सम 3 महीने का जो टारगेट था, डिड वी अचीव अ टारगेट? द 6 मंथ्स टारगेट, डिड वी अचीव अ टारगेट? इवैल्यूएटिंग द स्ट्रैटेजी. अगर इवैल्यूएट कर रहे हैं और नहीं बात बन रही, इफ वी हैव अ प्लान स्ट्रैटेजी तो है बट वो काम नहीं कर रही, वी विल डू अ रिएक्टिव स्ट्रैटेजी, राइट? वी विल डू अ रिएक्टिव स्ट्रैटेजी. वही है स्ट्रैटेजिक मैनेजमेंट. इवैल्यूएटिंग योर स्ट्रैटेजी, राइट? And then initiating corrective adjustments. Reactive. Initiating corrective adjustments where deemed appropriate, right? This all is never-ending managerial process, and we call it strategic management. कभी खत्म नहीं होता है. आज हमको 5 करोड़ women entrepreneurs चाहिए, कल 10 करोड़ चाहिए, फिर 20 करोड़ चाहिए. There is no end to it. इंडिया के बाहर अब चाइना जाना है, अब सिंगापुर चलते हैं. लेट्स गो टू दुबई, लेट्स गो टू मिडिल ईस्ट, लेट्स गो टू यूएस, लेट्स गो टू यूरोपियन मार्केट्स, राइट? एक्सपेंशन होता रहेगा. नेवर एंडिंग मैनेजरियल प्रोसेस ऑफ डेवलपिंग अ स्ट्रेटेजिक विजन. करना क्या है? सेटिंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. व्हाट आर द स्मॉल टास्क आई हैव टू डू टू अचीव दैट ओवरऑल ड्रीम? क्राफ्टिंग अ स्ट्रेटेजी. हाउ डू आई अचीव सक्सेस ऑफ माय ड्रीम्स? व्हाट इज द एक्शन प्लान? करना क्या है? Then implementing, actually doing that, evaluating whether I'm doing the right thing, I'm achieving success, I'm achieving my targets or not. If not, I will do adjustments so that I am on the right track. Never ending circular process hai. It is managerial people do that. You and me at a lower level will not. The management, the people taking decisions do that on a daily basis, never ending. And that is called, my friends, strategic management. Right? Great. Awesome. Thank you, Kaveri. Thank you. Hero says, is the biggest portion of company strategy is a part of proactive strategy? Absolutely and always yes. A planned or a proactive strategy is the main strategy. Reactive to कुछ change हुआ तो करेंगे, नहीं change हुआ तो नहीं करेंगे, right? So here is the main strategy is the planned and proactive strategy. कुछ भी change होगा तो reactive करेंगे, change नहीं हुआ तो नहीं करेंगे, right? What is the difference between vision and objective? Vision, sir. Classic example for you, Namrata, will be. So Shreya has that. So Shreya asks vision and objective. Your vision is to get a rank. Let's suppose your vision is to get a rank in your examinations. Your objectives, your setting objectives is अगले 15 days में I have to complete my syllabus at least once. In the next 15 days, I have to at least solve 2 full-length question papers of every subject. In the next 1 month, I have to revise the entire thing 2 times. कुछ भी, I'm just overestimating. But vision is to get a rank. Setting objectives is syllabus complete करना है, mock papers करने हैं, test papers करने हैं, objectives हैं, right? Awesome. If our planned strategy for studies is not achieved, then we should be a reactive. Your reactive strategy should be, अगर both groups दे रहे हो तो single group दे दो, right? If you're thinking कि यार मैंने plan किया था both groups का, but I might not clear my examinations. Boss, it is better to give one group and pass your examinations rather than giving both groups and failing in both, right? That is what I think. Personal, it's to one's their own, but that is what I think. That is a reactive strategy. A lot of us do that, right? Both group का aim करते हैं, plan करते हैं, but जब 2 महीने बचते हैं, we understand नहीं हो पाएगा. So you switch to one group, right? Absolutely correct. Vision is the ultimate goal. Objectives are checkpoints in the way. Toll naka. That is right. Any questions so far, or we can go to the next one? I'll wait for 30-40 seconds. Any questions, any doubts, shoot your questions. Happy to help, happy to answer all the questions. Bore हो रहे तब भी बताओ, थोड़ा interesting करेंगे. I can see we can proceed. Karthik says, no more questions from anyone, so I will proceed. If I see questions, I'll answer. Cool. Let us go to the next question. Right? Read the question very carefully. Exam type questions. The real exam type questions that you can expect are on your screen. Right? Read the question very carefully. To fight competition, the owner of a momo stall has decided to give 2 more momos for the same price. Identify the nature of action. देखते हैं who can answer. इतने ज़्यादा बोल रहे मत ही बताओ, हमको जानना ही नहीं है. Can we say setting objectives is similar to making business policy for a company? No. No, objectives are objectives. Policy is different. Policy बहुत broad है. The policy बहुत broad है. Policy is like there is policy that there's a policy of a company that we do not accept bribes. Okay. The objective is they keep on checking their bank statements or the cash transactions every 2 months so that they know कि bribe तो नहीं कर रहे, right? So that is how different they are. Okay, the answers are on my screen. Strategy, trade trick, policy, scheme, strategy, और कुछ सारे हो गए options, और कुछ और क्या बचा? लाइफलाइन से देखिए, लाइफलाइन है wait for 30 seconds. You will get the answer. Ten more seconds and then we will go to the answer. Business strategy, ठीक है. Business trick or business trade trick. Business policy बोल रहे हैं कुछ लोग. Somebody saying business scheme. Okay, let's see. Already says option number E, which is next question. E option must have. You go and type E option in your examination. You will also get E. And that E is the Z. Oh, you have Z, E, E, यहाँ मिल जाएगा E. And then you will have an R and you will have an O. So if you type in E option, this is what you will get. 0. Okay, the correct answer, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is business strategy. Strategy is how to fight competition, right? Has decided to give 2 more momos for the same price. Trick नहीं है sir. This is not a trick. It is not a trade trick. कुछ छुपा नहीं रहा, right? Trade trick is basically an internal secret कि अच्छा ऐसे करेंगे वैसे करेंगे तो लोगों को पता नहीं चलेगा. This is a trick. It's a trade secret. It's a trade trick, right? Trade trick नहीं है. Scheme भी नहीं है. They're not saying buy 2, I will give you 2 more, or buy a full plate, I will give you 2 more, right? Scheme भी नहीं है. Buy 2 plates, I will give you 2 more momos, or buy 5 plates, I'll give you 2 more. Scheme भी नहीं है. It is not even a policy. Policy is very broad. It's a thought process. This is not a thought process. This is an actual action. This is an actual action. And that is why it is a business strategy. Business strategy is actual action. ऊपर चलते हैं. ये देखो. यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? क्या लिखा है? Business strategy is real action. Business strategy is real action. Slide number 1 में पढ़ा था. Business strategy is real action, right? और वही यहाँ पे आया है क्वेश्चन में आपके. It is business strategy is a real action to fight competition. इन भाई साहब ने कहा है I will give 2 more momos for the same price. It's a business strategy. It's a business strategy, right? Awesome. Trade trick अलग होती है. Trade trick is like basically आप क्या कर रहे हैं? चावल में मैदा आटा में मैदा मिला के बेच रहे हो. That is trade trick, जो कि गलत है. It's a secret or it's something that you do not want the customer to know, right? Business scheme क्या है? Business scheme is something that you get in Big Bazaar or Reliance Trends, right? Shop for 2,999 and we will give you one Philips ka speaker free, or shop for 5,000 rupees and we will give you a smartwatch free. That is a business scheme, right? That is a business scheme. सही है कार्तिक. सो हम तुक्के में भी आंसर ठीक हो जाएगा. Absolutely. If it would have been a thought, then it would be business policy. अगर उसका thought process है that I need to reduce my prices or I have to get more customers, what should I do? That is a policy, right? Real action ले रहा है, that is business strategy, right? That is business strategy. Okay, next one. Strategic management करी क्यों जाती है, right? What is this management? Then the CEO is getting 5 crores का salary, CFO is getting 1 crore salary, your CTO is getting 3 crores salary. इतनी बड़ी salaries हैं, right? You think about the CEO of Wipro getting 80 crores, the CEO of HCL getting 130 crores की salary. इतनी बड़ी salary क्यों मिलती है, right? Because they are doing strategic management. And there are twin objectives. There are 2 objectives of strategic management. Okay, वो 2 चीजें achieve करके दे रहे हैं business को, and that is why they have such huge salaries. And that is what your salary or your business income can be. If you're going to do business, entire money is yours. But why would you do strategic management? Is because of 2 things. To create competitive advantage. Right? What is competitive advantage? Something which is unique and which is valued by the customer. Okay? To outperform the competitors in the market. Okay? Example देखो Starbucks. We all know Starbucks. Coffee बेचता है. Coffee तो बेचता है. 500 rupees for a coffee. 600 rupees for a coffee. लोग क्यों खरीद रहे हैं? Because it has a competitive advantage. Something unique. एक उसने एक brand image बनाई, right? What has Starbucks done? It has created a brand image, right? To outperform. To outperform competitors, it has created a brand image which is unique and valued, which is unique and valued by the customers. Customer Starbucks पीते हैं लगता है अरे वाह मैं तो दुनिया के सबसे अमीर आदमी. They start thinking of themselves as very affluent. They feel a sense of confidence. The customer values that product with self-satisfaction. They have created that advantage for their brand. The marketing teams, the marketing head, the CEO, the CFOs working closely, intertwined functions, strategic management, right? Executing strategy, policies, then changing, implementing, reacting to changes, सब कुछ करके ongoing managerial process से they create competitive advantage, right? Cafe coffee day, 150 rupees coffee. Starbucks, 500 rupees coffee. People are still paying 500, right? Because customers think it is something unique and valued. ये काम है strategic management का. They have to create something unique and valued for their business. Number two, to guide the business through all the changes in the ever-changing environment, right? Now think about this. Starbucks, if you have read the latest news, is also getting masala chai in the menu, right? Starbucks के menu में masala chai भी आने वाली है, right? So they are changing as per environment. India market में लोग coffee तो पीते हैं, but chai ज़्यादा पीते हैं. Only 15% of Indians are still drinking coffee. बाकी 85% are drinking chai. So Starbucks said कि यार अगर मैं कॉफी 400 की बेच सकता हूँ, how about if I sell masala chai for 250 rupees? People will still buy. They feel pride in buying a Starbucks, एक Starbucks का cup. You see all these reels on Instagram and YouTube, all these influencers, right? एक Starbucks का फोटो हाथ में लेके फोटो खींचते हैं. That is they're paying money for it, right? That is the strategic management से जो उन्होंने brand value, something unique and valued. Look at what I have highlighted, unique and valued by the customer, right? That is what they have done. That is what they have done. Okay. And strategic management का दूसरा objective is it guides the business through change in environment. कि क्या करना चाहिए? So अब Starbucks मसाला चाय भी लेके आ रहा है because they have to get into the entire Indian market. सिर्फ कॉफी वालों के पास नहीं रहना है, but we also have to go to chai walas, right? We have to break chai walas. That is what they're doing. Right? So two objectives of strategic management: to create competitive advantage and to guide the company through all the changes. To guide the company through all the changes, right? These are the two objectives. The two objectives. Question आएगा objective क्या है? Objective है strategic management का. दो objective है strategic management के: create competitive advantage, which is unique and valued. Number two, guide the company successfully through all the changes. Remember the example of Starbucks. Remember the example of Starbucks, right? It's not that, Radhika. Starbucks mainly covering rich families. You will see once you start earning money, right? Even if you earn during internship, articleship के time भी आप देखोगे, आप लोग Starbucks खरीदोगे, right? You will have this peer pressure. You will go into Starbucks. ऑडिट करने जा रहे हैं, मुंबई ऑडिट करने जा रहे हैं, पुणे ऑडिट करने जा रहे हैं, एयरपोर्ट पे चलो स्टारबक्स खरीद ले, ट्राई करके देखते हैं. You will also buy Starbucks, right? So they're not targeting rich families, they're targeting everyone, and people are buying it. In next 6-7 months, I will also see you guys holding a Starbucks and Hero Panti. We will do all this hawabazi. Got it, right? The twin objectives of strategic management, I hope, are clear. We'll wait for 30 seconds for any questions. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next topic. कुछ questions पूछिए please. I'm feeling you guys have slept already. ऐसा लग रहा है सब सो गए. No one is asking questions. Ask questions about businesses. Ask questions about something that you think you want to ask. You're curious about, right? You should have a lot of questions. If I would have been in your place, मैं बहुत questions पूछता. Right? Questions like, give me another example of some other brand who कैसे strategic management करता है. I would have asked you. I would have asked that thing as well. वो कैसे करता है? That is also strategic management. No questions. सब लोग सो गए. You're searching about Starbucks. ये देखो अभी people are going and finding Starbucks. अरे class ले लो पहले. Great. Let's go on to the next one. If no questions, probably please don't sleep. पहली class में तो मत सो यार. बाद में सो जाना. If you don't have a college or something. Probably. I think most of you are also rushing for your colleges, is it? Metro में, cab में, scooty चलाते तो मत देखना. If you're traveling by a cab or a metro or an auto, probably you can watch a class. Scooty चलाते don't do that hero पंती आगे लगा के पढ़ रहे. इतनी पढ़ाई नहीं. Alright, we have questions. Best question bank. ICI website where you have a lot of past year question papers are the best question banks. Right? Exactly. Amritpal says, पैसे कमाएंगे तो लगाएंगे भी. इसको पैसा लगाना नहीं, इसको पैसा बर्बाद करना बोलते हैं. तो ठीक है, your choice, your money. You want to explore new things, go do it. Your money. No one's stopping you. Okay, 6 paratha pizza by Domino's. Absolutely yes. Right? But Domino's has come up with this new thing, paratha pizza. Right? Parathe mein they do this and bake it. Like, I don't know what they're doing with pizzas, but okay. Adani Group competitors, Reliance. Adani ke to port mein you have a lot of you have government companies also competing with Adani ports. Reliance does a lot of work on ports. So biggest competitor to Reliance here. Sure, if now I've asked another example, I'll give you another example also. No problem. Objectives are competitive advantage. Guide. What does that mean? Because I didn't catch your question. Thoda easy karo question go. You don't have any doubts. That's a good question. Thanks for saying that. Amit says, नींद ही उड़ गई है जब से डेट शीट आई है. उड़नी भी चाहिए. That's a good thing. That is what date sheet is meant to do. Read group 1 twice, group 2 doing for the first time. Absolutely yes, Siddharth. आराम से हो जाएगा. Be confident. हाँ बस time waste मत करना. You can easily do that. MCQs and case scenarios booklet. Absolutely, it has so many questions. इतनी बड़ी book है. It has so many questions. Right? 100, 150 questions from every subject they have. What else do you need? Competitive advantage, earning more than the competitors? No. Not earning more than the competitors. Competitive advantage is something unique and valued by the customer, which other competition is not able to give. Right? Coffee to सब बेच रहे. Coffee, cafe coffee day is selling coffee. McDonald's पे भी coffee मिलती है. Starbucks पे भी coffee मिलती है. Right? But Starbucks की coffee is unique and valued by the customer. Not necessarily it has to be the best, but it should be unique and valued. Customer आपको value कर रहा है. Customer is king/queen, right? So if customer is valuing your product, right, that is your competitive advantage. पैसा कम ज़्यादा is not your competitive advantage. That is a byproduct. पैसा ज़्यादा कमा ही लोगे. Because the customers are valuing your product more than your competitor, तो eventually आप competitor से ज़्यादा पैसा कमा ही लेंगे. Correct. Keywords of objective. Okay, so keywords are green में. Guide, and competitive advantage. That is right. Yogesh, आपका question यही था. The keywords क्या? Yes. Green में competitive advantage and guide the company through all changes. These are your two keywords. Indian private company which has a monopoly. H-1 has a monopoly. Relaxo Chappals has a monopoly. Go and search for a company called Page Industries, right? They make these your Rupa Frontline and your undergarments, right? 85% of your undergarment in India, vests and your underwears and your trunks and all these things are made by Page Industries, right? Monopoly, a private company. Private बोले तो listed company है, but it's not a government company. They have monopoly. HUL के पास monopoly है in some of the products. They have monopoly. So guys, you can probably I think build your network on LinkedIn, go and find people there. You can connect there. You can get guidance from a lot of people via LinkedIn. Start building your network there. Really, really helps. Right? ब्रेक हम देंगे आपको. ये ब्रेक ही तो चल रही है और क्या, ये ब्रेक ही तो है. Answering your questions is break only. Absolutely, everybody now focusing on electric vehicles. One more example of competitive advantage. Okay, so another example, classic example. अभी मैं आपको बताता हूँ आपको. Apple. Okay, another competitive advantage is Apple. स्मार्टफोन ही तो बनाता है एप्पल भी. क्या बनाता है? स्मार्टफोन ही तो बना रहा है, राइट? सैमसंग भी बनाता है, शाओमी भी बना रहा है, ओप्पो, वीवो, सैमसंग, सब लोग स्मार्टफोन्स बना रहे. टच स्क्रीन है, सबके अंदर सेम एप्स है. You use the same WhatsApp, use the same Instagram, you use the same camera, right? Everyone is making exactly the same phone in terms of features, right? वही चार चीजें यूज करनी है हमें. YouTube, we have to go to browser, PDF read कर लेंगे, WhatsApp या Instagram. बस, these are the 4-5 things you use. But Apple iPhone has a competitive advantage. It is unique and valued by the customer, and इसलिए वो 70,000-80,000 rupees का बिकता है, right? That is unique and valued by the customer. Xiaomi is selling a similar feature phone for 10,000. Phone कर सकते हो, कैमरा है, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. You can do everything in that, right? You can do everything in iPhone what you can do in a Xiaomi का 10,000 का phone. But the customer values iPhone so much more that they're ready to pay 8 times the money. 8 guna paisa dene ke liye people are ready. The customer is ready to give that money because they value that product, and that is their competitive advantage, right? Absolutely. Page Industries, 50,000 ka share hai Page Industries, right? Monopoly hai unke paas. From where we will get all this information? Which information? Which information? I am here to help you. Tell me which information do you think you're not getting? You're thinking about what companies have monopoly or stuff. With experience or with probably when you work in industry for 3-4 years, you'll already understand all of that. जब पैसा कमाना शुरू करोगे, invest करना शुरू करोगे. Invest करना शुरू करोगे, you'll start understanding a lot about companies. It is value due to its value. It's creating value for the customer, right? तभी customers को value है. Karthik, I gave you the right path to build your network, right? You can go and build your network on LinkedIn, probably. Awesome. Apple, Starbucks, 2 examples, classic global examples of competitive advantage, right? About companies, that is what I'm saying, Namita. Once you start earning, investing, reading newspaper, आपका interest होगा, you will already start reading about it and you'll start getting that knowledge. If you're interested, अपने आप वो पढ़ना शुरू करोगे and you'll start getting this knowledge about companies and businesses, right? Slow and steady. Probably you guys know much more than I knew when I was in intermediate. I only knew about Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. इसके आगे I knew nothing. Abhi, after in 3-4 years, I've now got to know things. Aditi's question is, why mostly American companies valued all over the world? Because Aditi, they have businesses all over the world, right? Basically, they're valued all over the world. एप्पल इंडिया में भी बेचता है, चाइना में, जापान में, मेक्सिको में, अफ्रीका में, यूएस में, कनाडा में, न्यूजीलैंड में, यूरोप में. Everywhere they're selling iPhones. They're valued all over the globe. Now, an Indian company like MDH is exporting. US में you'll get, Europe में you'll get MDH. It is also valued very highly. Yes, yes, Krishna, I am there. Awesome. Right. Do you guys want to take a break for 2 minutes? ज़्यादा नहीं लेंगे. Otherwise, we will stretch a lot. Let's take a quick 2 minutes break. I will be there on the screen only. Right? Mute कर लेंगे. Let's take a 2 minutes break. Go stretch. No one is back. Where is this person? कहाँ चले गए सब? Okay, I am back though. I just wait for a few of you to type in that you are back, and then we will start. Quickly, फटाफट से be back. आ जाओ, आ जाओ, आ जाओ. Got it. So here has a question. Here, some of the subjects are still not started and completing. How we decide the subjects to read only one subject? Here I would suggest do not stop your self preparation. Right. अपनी पढ़ाई मत रोको for the VLCs. Right. The virtual live classes will keep on happening as per schedule. You know the schedule, but do not stop your preparation. At the end of the day, पढ़ाई तो खुद करनी है, right? You will have to study the material yourself. You will have to solve your questions yourself. Do not pause that. Do not wait for the classes per se, I would say. Start studying on your own, and when the classes start, you'll get a revision. फटाफट से revision हो जाएगा, or probably something that you missed out, that particular faculty will help you, right? Or you can ask more questions in those classes then, if you have already studied, right? ज़्यादा ही benefit होगा अगर आप पढ़ के जाओगे. All right, let's be back. Okay, Karthik is a typer, bro. Kazav, you're writing the entire summary. I keep on adding to it. Last week, we'll take the summary. Probably. Abhi sound disturbance will go because now I have like adjusted my mic. So now that we go. Okay, module has strategies, no substitute for sound alert and responsible management. We'll come to that. We'll come to that. Right, we'll come to that. Okay, so now we will understand. Now we will try to figure out why is strategic management important. करना क्यों है? हमें समझ आ गया strategy क्या होता है. What is a management? What is strategy? What is strategic management? What are the different things in strategic management? कौन करता है? It's a managerial ongoing process. उसमें steps क्या होते हैं? We understood. What is the objective of strategic management? Competitive advantage in guiding through changes in the environment. समझ आ गया. But करना क्यों? क्यों करूं मैं? Why is it beneficial to me? इससे मुझे फायदा क्या होता है? Okay. Number one, it gives direction by defining realistic objectives, goals, and missions in line with its vision. Right? It gives direction to the company. यहाँ जा रहे हैं. We are going to like, for example, I gave you example of Misho. They're going to build a marketplace for small businesses. Direction मिलती है उनको कि कर क्या रहे हैं. ऐसे बस भागे नहीं जा रहे हैं पैसा कमाने के. We're not there just to earn money. We're not just there to make money. We have a clear direction. This is what we want to do. This is a problem that we want to solve. Okay. Number two, enhances proactivity. Because you're planning your strategy, because you're planning things well ahead, it enhances proactivity. Right? आप सब कुछ प्लान करके जाते हो, कुछ चेंज होता है, then you react to it. Rather than sitting and thinking क्या करेंगे, you're planning and executing, right? It provides a framework for all major decisions, right? It provides a framework because it is an ongoing process, right? ये करना चाहिए, ऐसा करना चाहिए. What are the objectives? 3 महीने में क्या? What are the next steps? What are the tasks in next 6 months? कैसे करेंगे, क्या करेंगे? It provides a framework for all major decisions, right? It provides a framework for all major decisions. Acts as a pathfinder for business opportunities. Now when you're changing your strategies, you also understand अच्छा एक नई opportunity भी आ रही है. Now, for example, a company is trying to tackle 10 crore women entrepreneurs, and you figure out, yeah, we can also tackle the social entrepreneurs, people selling stuff on Instagram, right? Now you figure out, now you saw here market में Instagram पे people are selling a lot of products as well. That can be our competition. We need to strategize. So आपने क्या opportunity देखी? आपने opportunity देखी यार Instagram पे a lot of people are selling stuff. How do we tackle that? आपने क्या किया? अपनी ऐप में integrate कर दिया. You can access that person's Instagram directly from your app. Okay, so Meesho की app, I'm just giving you an example. From Meesho's app, you can go directly to their Instagram. आपने integrate कर दिया. It's a business opportunity. Now this strategic management, because you're proactively finding about competition, क्या हो रहा है, competition कैसे हो रहा है, how do I tackle competition, what are the challenges in the environment, what are the steps I should take. वो सब करने में you identify new business opportunities, the future of your business, right? The future of your business. ये सब करते हुए you'll identify, and that is why strategic management is very important. Serves as a corporate defense mechanism against pitfalls, right? Because you have a proactive and you have a reactive strategy in place. You have a proactive and you have a reactive strategy in place. आपको फेल होने से बचाती है स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट. स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट हेल्प्स यू फ्रॉम फेलिंग बिकॉज यू विल रिएक्ट. यू हैव अ सेट प्लान, कुछ चेंज होगा आप रिएक्ट कर लोगे. इट इज अ कॉर्पोरेट डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म अगेंस्ट पिटफॉल्स. ओके, आपको फेल होने से बचाता है. Enhances longevity of the business because remember strategic management is long term. Strategic management is long term, so it enhances business को अगले 10 साल के लिए, अगले 20 साल के लिए. We talk about business strategies for the next 3 years, for the next 5 years. छोटा मोटा नहीं. We are thinking about big businesses. We are thinking about big businesses, long businesses for the next 10 साल, for the next 20 years. It enhances longevity of the business. And number 7, it helps in certain competitive advantages, right? Competitive advantage बनाने में मदद करता है. जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है वो इसका बेनिफिट भी है, राइट? जो इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव है वो इसका बेनिफिट भी है. So 7 things why strategic management is important is, first, it gives direction. करना क्या है? It enhances proactivity. We are well prepared in advance, right? Provides a framework, tells us what is to be done, when is to be done, and by whom it is to be done, right? Acts as a pathfinder. You figure out new opportunities by reacting to changes. That is how strategic management helps. It is important. Number 5 is, it is a corporate defense mechanism against pitfalls. Fail होने से बचाता है because you have proactive and reactive plans already in place, right? It enhances longevity. It's a long-term thing. It is not a short-term thing. It enhances the life of the business, helps to develop certain competitive advantages. For example, Starbucks and Apple की हमने बात की, तो competitive advantage बनाने में help करता है, which is also an objective of strategic management, right? Pitfalls means गड्ढे. Pitfalls means गिरना, right? Pitfall is like a valley. आप पहाड़ पे खड़े हो, नीचे गिर गए. That is a pitfall, right? So failure, pitfalls is basically failures, right? समझ आगे जरूरी क्यों है? But do I also have some challenges? कुछ limitations भी है कि strategic management की? Yes, you have some strategic management की limitations as well. For example, 4 limitations. 4 problems भी है strategic management के साथ. 7 benefits है तो 4 problems भी है. Number 1 problem is, it is complex and turbulent environment. ठीक है, बाहर इतना कुछ डेली हो रहा है, सरकार चेंज हो रही है, लॉ चेंज हो रहा है. Now, for example, for businesses in Maharashtra, right, the CM changed overnight. Now, for business who had political influence or businesses who had relations with already existing government, for them the environment changed. Now they have to build relations with the new government, right? Now, highly complex and turbulent environment है. Difficult to make decisions and implement them on time. Time बड़ी जल्द. Things are changing very quickly. Technology change हो रही है, सरकार change हो रही है, law change हो रहा है. Rupee is going from 75 rupees to 82 rupees. इतना तेजी से 2 हफ्ते में change हो रहा है, right? Things are changing very quickly. You cannot change your business इतना जल्दी, right? अभी you tell Tata कि भाई डॉलर देखो 75 से 82 हो गया, क्या करोगे आप स्ट्रैटेजी? कुछ नहीं कर सकते. They are such a big company. It will take around 6-7 months for them to implement a strategy, right? 6-8 महीने तो उनके सोचने में जाएंगे, अगले 6 महीने उनके कुछ करने में जाएंगे. So for them, the strategy implementation and formulation is very time consuming. It is very complex and turbulent, right? It is difficult to make decisions for very big companies. Number 2, time consuming, like we are talking. बड़ी companies or even small companies, इतना ज्यादा सोचना पड़ता है कि what is the right thing to do, because money is involved. Investor का पैसा फंसा हुआ है, the founders पैसा, the shareholders पैसा. A lot of money is at stake, and then you have to spend time thinking कि जो हम कर रहे हैं, is that the right thing or not? It is very time consuming process, right? To be planned and implemented across business units. Finance की approval लो, logistics की लो, R&D, procurement, marketing, HR, sub functions की approval लो, and then you go and execute it. It's very time consuming, right? It is also very costly. इतने लोग लगेंगे, इतना पैसा लगेगा, तो इट इज कॉस्टली एज वेल. मोर पीपल, मोर आवर्स, मोर कॉस्ट, राइट. आपकी मैनेज सीईओ का टाइम लगा, सीईओ इतनी सैलरी ले रहा है, राइट, बिकॉज दे हैव टू डू दैट ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग, दे हैव टू अप्लाई देयर माइंड्स, देयर टाइम, एंड टाइम इज मनी. सो मोर पीपल, मोर आवर्स, मोर मनी. स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट आसान नहीं है. It is complex and turbulent environment. It takes a lot of time to brainstorm, figure out a planned strategy, execute it. It is time consuming. It is very costly. And finally, it is very difficult to estimate कि competition आपको respond कैसे करेगा. Now think about this. आपने 5 महीने लगा के, बहुत ज्यादा दिमाग लगा के, you figured out a strategy. You said this is what we are going to do and this will disrupt the market. This is my strategy and I will disrupt the market. What happens? The competitor comes and responses to your strategy. आपकी strategy fail कर देता है. 2 दिन में the competitor comes with a better strategy and flops your strategy. That can also happen, right? It is difficult to estimate competitive responses, right? Competitor आपसे ज़्यादा smart हो सकता है, and then your 5-6 महीने की मेहनत is zero within 2 or 5 days. कुछ भी, they can do that, right? So that these are the limitations of strategic management. 7 advantages, but 4 limitations as well, right? Turbulent means बहुत ज़्यादा, what do I say, बहुत ज़्यादा challenges हैं. It is not easy. बहुत ही उतार और चढ़ाव. Right? There are a lot of movements up and downs. There are a lot of ups and downs in the business, in the environment. कभी अच्छा है, कभी बुरा है. Some things are beneficial for you, some things are bad for you. Right? So that is a turbulent environment. Awesome, Ria. Congratulations on clearing, right? Both groups in first attempt. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So good to hear that. Krishna has a question. 300 bucks, I'm going to give both groups again. Yes, Krishna, you should absolutely go for both groups because you have already studied. Go for both groups. You will for sure clear it. It is difficult to estimate. Point, Namrata, is your strategy can flop in 2 days if the competitor comes with a better strategy, right? If your competitor comes with a better strategy, आपकी strategy or strategic management flop हो जाएगी, right? And it is difficult to estimate. आप कैसे पता लगाओगे if your competitor will come with a better strategy? You cannot, right? It is very difficult to estimate whether your competition will come with a better strategy or not. Right? So that is a challenge. That is a problem with strategic planning, right? Okay, I think these are pretty simple, straightforward. 7 advantages and 4 limitations, pretty straightforward. Let's go on to the next question, which is on the screen. Very quickly, we will not waste much time. 8:55 already हो गए हैं, अपने पास आधा घंटा है. We will complete it. आसानी से कर लेंगे, ज़्यादा टाइम लगेगा. But question on your screen. Mayank was confident that they can implement a new strategy for the delivery business as Dash was easily manageable problem. Okay. Now we are talking about limitations. The question is coming from limitations. Okay. The question is coming from limitations. But tell me, which limitation is most manageable? Mayank was confident that they can implement a new strategy for their delivery business as Dash was easily manageable problem. कौन सी limitation is most easy to manage is the question. Absolutely, even to gauge the strategic planning of competitors, it's difficult. That is right. Mayank was confident that they can implement a new strategy for the delivery business as Dash was easily manageable problem. Which limitation or problem is the most easy to manage? फटाफट फटाफट फटाफट. Most of you are saying it will cost a lot, तो वो हम पैसा तो हम मैनेज कर लेंगे. वेरी स्मार्ट ऑफ यू. एकदम सीए जैसी बात कर रहे हैं. पैसा तो हम मैनेज कर लेंगे. Quick, everyone. I want answers from everyone. I want answers from everyone. Okay. Cost. Okay. Mekala says time. Kaveri says time. Kushia says time. Everyone else says pesa, money, cost we will manage. Okay, last 5 seconds. Anyone else wants to answer? Go ahead. Okay, we have a lot more answers. Great. The correct answer is it would take too much time. I'll tell you why. Why is cost not the right answer? I'll tell you why. Easily manageable problem. Okay. Cost is a subset of time. Okay, na? Cost is a subset of time. Now I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll give you an example. Now you are planning a wedding. Okay, you're planning a wedding. You are a wedding planner. Okay. Now every day, the cost of every day is 5,000 rupees. Okay. If you are not so probably you have a lot of raw material. You brought in a lot of decorations. आपने flowers मंगवा लिए, आपने DJ मंगवा लिया, आपने tent मंगवा लिया. Now rent of this tent, the rent of flowers, the rent of all these things is 5,000 rupees per day. Okay. Now you have to decide कौन सी चीज कहाँ लगनी है. Okay. Now you have to decide which thing goes where. Now if you decide it in one day, only one day rent is lost. If you decide it in 5 days, 5 days rent is lost. If you decide in 20 days, आप सोच से जा रहे हो. You keep on strategizing. ये यहाँ लगाएंगे, ये वहाँ करेंगे, चलो ऐसा करते हैं, नहीं ये अच्छा नहीं है. You keep on thinking but doing nothing. You keep on thinking but doing nothing. You will lose out all your money, right? So the most easily manageable problem is time. The quicker you make decisions, the less cost it will be for you. So the best manageable problem in strategic management is time. Jaldi decisions लीजिए. You take quick decisions, you save your cost. So you have to manage your time most easily. So jaldi decision लो and पैसा बच जाएगा. If you keep on thinking your money is involved and you will keep losing that money to the competitor in business or to the rent or the financial or the interest on loan, right? You will lose that money. So you have, if you manage time very well, which is easiest, अब जल्दी decision लेंगे. You as a manager or a managerial CEO, if you're taking quick decisions, you're saving money for the company. So easily manageable problem is time and not money, right? That is why time is the most easily manageable problem for our business. If you think in a hurry, see, we are not thinking in a hurry. Okay. So Sonika, we are not thinking in a hurry, we are thinking quick. Hurry and quick में बहुत फर्क है. You are quick in doing things. Some people are very quick in typing. Some people are very quick in solving questions. Doesn't mean they are wrong. Doesn't mean they are not accurate. You can be accurate and quick at the same time. And that is what you have to manage. Exam में भी तो वही करना है. 3 घंटे में एग्जाम देना है. You have to be right and you have to be quick. अब सोचते रहो मैं क्या लिखूं. खत्म. 3 घंटा over. टाटा. Bye bye. Right? So time is the most easily manageable problem for strategic management. Cool. Now let us go quickly. ये सबको पता है. Say very easy slide. The levels in business strategy. Okay, we are talking about strategic levels in business organization, right? Managerial people. We are talking about managers. We are talking about it's a managerial process. But what is the hierarchy? कौन है managers? कौन है जो decision ले रहे हैं? Right? Number 1 are promoters. सबसे ऊपर बैठे हैं promoters who are the owners of the business, right? Who are the owners of the business. Number 2 पे आते हैं corporate level, which is basically your C-suite corporate level, like expansion at the organizational level. CEO, CFO, the head of R&D, the head of human resources, right? Or the C-suite, CXO, CEO, CFO, CTO. ये सब are corporate level. They are the topmost level in the organization below the owners. Okay. Then you have divisional level, like general managers, right? General managers like procurement head, quality range head, your prices, product and promotion, marketing head, right? All these divisions. Now think from this. Division bana hua hai, so divisional head is basically the second level of management. Number three, management क्या आते हैं? Functional level managers, right? Like purchasing department head or HR of a particular finance, HR of finance, HR of marketing, HR of logistics. These are functional level managers, right? Divisional managers is finance manager of factory number A and B, finance head of factory number C and D, divisional head. Corporate level is CFO, finance head of entire company, right? Corporate, divisional, functional. Corporate, divisional, functional. एक classic example से समझते हैं, right? Let's go to a school. School में we have a chairperson, okay? Chairperson is the promoter. Chairperson is like the promoter, okay? Chairperson is like the promoter. Now school principal is basically like CEO. School principal is like the CEO, right? Head of department HOD होते हैं, physics department head, commerce department head, economics department head teachers. They are ma'ams and sirs who are the head of economics, head of department, head of commerce, head of science, head of physics. ये सब होते हैं divisional level managers. ये हैं divisional level managers. Okay, these are divisional level managers. School principal is corporate level manager, and then you have class teachers. They are managing a small class, class 3A, class 8B, class 10C, class 11D. Class teacher is also managing, right? They are a manager position, but they are functional level managers. Chairperson, principal, head of department, class teacher. Promoters, corporate level, divisional level, and functional level, right? That is how the hierarchy of strategic levels is. Promoter है, owner है, उसने CEO, CFO, CXO रख लिए. CEO, CFO पूरी कंपनी का फाइनेंस, they're looking after the execution and decision of entire company. Then we have different divisions, right? Division like factory A, factory B, or this division, or let's say एक brand है, दो, we have two brands. So let's say TVS है और Bajaj Auto है. Bajaj Motors has scooters also and auto also. Auto रिक्शा भी बनाते हैं और स्कूटर भी बनाते हैं. CFO is looking after entire business. Divisional level is auto business का head. Divisional level head is or motorcycle business का head. Scooter business का head is divisional level. Then functional level क्या है? The finance head of auto is your divisional level, but finance head of your scooter number A or scooter number model B is your functional level manager, right? जैसे मान लीजिए Activa का finance, the finance head of entire Activa range is functional level manager. The finance manager of entire scooter business of Bajaj is your divisional manager. The finance head of entire Bajaj Motors is CFO corporate level. And Bajaj के owner तो Mr. Bajaj है, right? So this is how the strategic levels in an organization are. Great. So are divisional and business level one and the same? Almost yes. Almost yes. So business level or divisional level को interchangeably we use. We use divisional level managers as business level managers as well, right? Do you understand the strategic levels in an organization? Promoters, corporate level, divisional level, functional level. We'll wait for a minute for any questions and doubts. Like a triangle level, absolutely yes. We can talk it like in terms of a triangle as well, right? We can. The top pay you have CEO, then you have division, then you have functional level. So it's like a triangle, right? नीचे ज्यादा लोग हैं, ऊपर जाते जाते कम हो जाएंगे, which is obviously the case. Like you have a lot many class teachers, less head of departments instead of one principal, right? Any questions on strategic levels? See Karthik, almost the same basically means interchangeably use कर लेते हैं, but टेक्निकली यू शुड ऑलवेज यूज डिविजनल लेवल, राइट? वो बिजनेस लेवल बोलने में तो बहुत कुछ आ जाता है। वी टॉक इंडस्ट्री, कंपनी को एंटिटी बोल देते हैं, वी कॉल एन कंपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑल्सो। तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, कंपनी, एंटिटी एक ही बात है, इट्स अ कंपनी ओनली, राइट? सिमिलरली डिविजनल एंड बिजनेस, तो डिविजनल यूज करना इज मोर टेक्निकल, will fetch you better marks because the examiner feels you're talking more technical, right? General managers are generally found at the top levels only, right? General managers are, you पढ़ेंगे अभी, right? General managers वहाँ लिखा है ना, see, divisional are basically general managers. यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? Your, I'll just change the color and remove all this, बहुत ज़्यादा, otherwise confusing होगा. Look at this. General managers, okay? Now, division level पे you have people, they are called general managers. So, general managers जो designation है, the designation of general managers you will find at divisional level. Okay, the designation of general managers you will find at divisional level. Pyramid like a CA course, right? Foundation में ज़्यादा लोग हैं, intermediate में कम, final में और कम, और CA और कम करते हैं. Absolutely right. SBU divisional में आ जाता है. Yes, we will study SBU also now. अभी next slides में we have SBU also. SBU फटाफट 5 मिनट में कर देंगे. Right? Let's move on to the next question that we have. Quickly on the screens. Read the question very carefully. Expect these kind of questions in your examinations as well. Expect such questions in the exams. SPU divisional के अंदर ही आएगा, but we study it separately. Can supervisors be at divisional level? Generally not. Generally not. They are more at functional level. Answers quickly on the screen. Great. Business, business, functional, function, function, functional, functional, business level. Cool. The correct answer is functional level. The correct answer is functional level. Could not definitely be from, not, right? Director of finance was sent to Dubai for an event to represent the company's vision for the next 10 years. It definitely cannot be functional level. Functional level बहुत छोटा, नीचे level पे आता है. And he is the director of finance who was sent to Dubai for an event to represent the company's vision. He definitely cannot be from functional level, either corporate or business level. इन दो में से ही होंगे, functional level नहीं हो सकता, right? Because functional level is the lowermost managerial level. Okay, cool. Another question on the screen. Quickly solve this question. See, I told you we'll have a lot of good questions for you, similar to examinations. Exactly. You guys did not read the last line. That is how examination you lose marks. That is right, Pooja. Next question is on the screens, boys and girls. Okay. That's a trick question, right? क्यों नहीं हो सकता? CFO, right, Krishna?
प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन कॉर्पोरेट और बिजनेस लेवल हो सकता है, बिजनेस लेवल तो समझ आया, बट कॉर्पोरेट लेवल, कॉर्पोरेट सीएफओ नहीं हो सकते क्या? He is the director of finance, but probably that it is a small company and he's the head. Corporate में से उनका एक ही है division, एक ही factory है, so probably he can be from corporate level also, right? Really depends on the company, how big or small the company is. But functional से तो पक्का नहीं हो सकते. That is what the question is. The correct answer here is business level. Okay. Now, Honoka C of Itachi Limited recently divided a company into 3 divisions and named Takahito as the one to lead the division X. Division X. Which managerial level Takahito most likely from is the business level. अभी आप समझे what we were talking about. Business level and divisional level, right? Divisional level को business level भी बोलते हैं, and that is what this question here is, right? Business level क्योंकि division को head कर रहे हैं. Takahito is leading a division, and so he is most likely from the business level. Okay, got it. Most of you had given the right answer. Awesome. Let us go to the next topic very quickly. बहुत आसान है, 5 मिनट में इसको करते हैं. Which is strategic business unit. Okay, strategic business unit की बात करते हैं. Let's take an example. Example है H-1, Hindustan Unilever. Okay, now this is a company which has products like Axe, deodorant, brew coffee, red label chai, etc., etc., etc. Right? It has a lot of brands. They have Lux. They have this like different brands. If I'm not wrong, they have soaps. They have Surf Excel. Then they have XYZ coffee, brew hai, red label hai, Surf Excel hai, Axe hai. Different products they have, right? Now they are so big as a brand itself. Axe as a brand itself is so big. Brew as a coffee itself is so big. Red label chai itself is so big, right? So it is difficult to manage businesses which have very inbuilt businesses which are as big as themselves in like as an alone business as well, right? अगर मैं Axe को as a business अलग भी देखूं, it is a full-fledged business itself, right? But it is part of a very big company called Hindustan Unilever, which is HUL, right? So a typical large organization that competes in several different businesses. Now the key term is different businesses. SBU different business में होने चाहिए. Is divided into multiple divisions and a number of segments that work together to bring particular product or service to the market. Such divisions are called strategic business unit, right? They have their own management. इसके पास अपना ही अलग management होता है. And the head of the SBU is called a general manager. The head of the SBU is called a general manager, right? And they're responsible for everything that happens within the SBU. Okay, let's take an example. I'll just take an example. So let's say we have HUL. Okay, हमारे पास एक कंपनी है जिसका नाम है HUL. Okay, HUL के पास बहुत सारे brands है. Let's say they have many brands. Okay, now I'll just take example of 4 brands. Let's say they have brew. ठीक है, इनके पास brew है, इनके पास brew coffee है, इनके पास चाय है, right? I'll just give you red label. They have red label है इनके पास, and then they have something called soaps में. Let's say they have some soap की company, एक soap बना देते हैं, and then they have something called Axe, deodorant है, right? Then let's say they have Axe, ये deo है. Now think about this. इस business को separately if I look at it, brew separately, it will have finance department, procurement, purchase, logistics, HR. इसके अपने departments होंगे. Now red label will have a finance team of red label, HR team, marketing team, purchase team, operations team इसकी अपनी. Soap team है, finance of soap, J of soap, marketing, operations, HR of soap, same finance acts का. Within them they have their different functions well defined, right? So HUL एक बड़ी कंपनी है as a whole, ये पूरी एक बड़ी कंपनी है, right? But within it has small brands, small businesses which are not same, different segments है, कोई soap है, कोई deo है, कोई कुछ खाने का बना रहा है, कुछ पीने का बना रहा है, but they are so big themselves that they have their separate functions. They have their separate functions. तो हम उसको एक SBU बना देते हैं. Now what HUL will say? HUL will say, boss, ये मेरा brew SBU number 1, ठीक है? Red label मेरा SBU number 2. Soap is my SBU number 3, and Axe is my SBU number 4. I have 4 SBUs. The head of brew is a general manager who is brew ka head. Similarly, general manager of red label, general manager of soap, general manager of Axe. इसके अंदर we have finance head of brew, finance head of this, marketing head of this, operations head, finance head of red label, ये सब. So the general manager is basically the CEO of brew, who is reporting to the CEO of HUL. Okay, HUL पूरे के CEO को report कर रहा है, the CEO of brew, उसको हम general manager बोलते हैं. That is business level. And उसके नीचे सब आ रहे हैं functional level. उसके नीचे सब आ रहे हैं functional level, right? So this is what Dove is soap of HUL, right? Dove is a soap. So HUL, like company like HUL. Another example is Tata. टाटा का TCS है, टाटा कंज्यूमर प्रोडक्ट्स है, टाटा डिजिटल है, टाटा न्यू है, टाटा का XYZ एयरलाइंस बिजनेस है, टाटा का खाने का बिजनेस है. टाटा also has all these SBUs, right? Different not related businesses, but a separate business within themselves. So it is again an SBU, right? This is how these big large companies, large organizations that compete in several different businesses. They compete in several different businesses. खाने की चीज भी बना रहे हैं, soap भी बना रहे हैं, detergent भी बना रहे हैं. So they are divided into multiple divisions. Multiple divisions कैसे? ये अभी हमने देखा. Finance है, marketing है, सब इसका multiple divisions में divided है, right? And they together bring particular product to the market. वो क्या कर रहे हैं? Brew एक market में लेके आ रहे हैं, but they are owned by a big company center, which is HUL, right? And they have a general manager who heads a particular SBU, who is like a mini CEO of the SBU, right? That is what strategic business unit. Strategic business unit. Strategy की basis पे, क्योंकि different है, इसकी strategy ही अलग होगी. The competitors will be different. How do you decide a strategic business unit is? Strategy ही अलग होगी इसकी. For a coffee business, for a soap business, and for a detergent business, the strategy will be different. Coffee किसको बेचनी है, soap किसको बेचना है, detergent किसी और को बेचना है. The market is different, the competitors are different, the geography is different. इसीलिए strategically we define them as a separate business, and that is why they are called strategic business unit, right? कैसे define कर रहे हैं कि different है? Because the market is different, the competitors are different, the consumer is different, and that is why it is called a strategic business unit, right? Can CEO and CFO also be different in different units? Yes, absolutely yes, but they will be business level managers. Dove, Clinic Plus, Tresemme, that is right. All these are HUL brands and the SBUs. You understand the concept of SBU, right? You understand the concept of SBU overall, what SBU is. Any questions? Quickly, let's solve that. The head of different departments within an SBU, yes, we call them functional level managers. Employees इसके नीचे होते हैं, right? Aditi, so understand, we are talking about management. हम मैनेजमेंट की बात करें, एम्प्लॉइज इनके नीचे हैं, राइट? एवरीवन, सो यू ग्रो टू बिकम अ फंक्शनल मैनेजर, यू वर्क एज अ फंक्शनल मैनेजर फॉर 3-4 years, then you become a business level manager. You work as a business level manager for 5-7 years, then you become a corporate level manager. But before you become a functional level manager, like an assistant manager, a senior executive, or an executive analyst, financial analyst, ये सब नीचे, these are not managerial. Strategic management is a managerial job. It is a managerial job, right? Employees सब नीचे हैं. These are also employees. ये भी employee ही है, but they are in a position to take decisions. Employee है, CEO भी employee है, salary लेता है ना, तो employee है. Is there a difference between SBU and division? Absolutely yes. SBU है different business होता है altogether. साबुन, आटा, चावल, कॉफी, दूध, different business है. Strategy के base पे भी divide that division. But जैसे for example, division क्या कर रहे हैं हम? A division can be anything, right? A company which is a small company, a company which is not as big as H-1, let's say, a small company, right? A company which is making, let's say, this glass. वो क्या डिवीजन बनाएगी? वो बनाएगी आपका प्रोक्योरमेंट डिवीजन बना देगी. वो कहेगी प्लास्टिक डिवीजन, रिम बनाने का डिवीजन, नीचे बेस बनाने का डिवीजन. सो ऐसे डिवीजन डिफाइड कर देगी. इट रियली डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ द बिजनेस वांट्स टू कंट्रोल देयर बिजनेस, राइट? स्ट्रैटेजी के बेस पे अगर आप डिवाइड कर रहे हैं बिजनेस को, बिकॉज दीज आर डिफरेंट बिजनेसेस ऑल टुगेदर, वी कॉल देम स्ट्रैटेजिक बिजनेस यूनिट, राइट? Now quickly read this, right? कॉर्पोरेट लेवल पे डिसीजंस एज अ होल पूरी कंपनी से रिलेटेड डिसीजंस लेते हैं, राइट? विच आर अफेक्टिंग ऑल द एसबीयूज. सब पूरी कंपनी को अफेक्ट करेगा डिसीजन टेकन बाय कॉर्पोरेट लेवल मैनेजर. बिजनेस लेवल मैनेजर अगर कोई डिसीजन लेगा, इट विल बी बेस्ड ऑन सर्टेन बिजनेस और एसबीयू. अपने एसबीयू या अपने रिलेटेड बिजनेस लाइन से रिलेटेड भी डिसीजन ले सकते हैं. फंक्शनल लेवल मैनेजर जैसे फाइनेंस मैनेजर, एचआर मैनेजर, टेक्नोलॉजी मैनेजर, दे आर ओनली कन्वर्टिंग द डिसीजंस ऑफ बिजनेस एंड कॉर्पोरेट लेवल इनटू एक्शंस. फंक्शनल लेवल मैनेजर्स डिसीजंस नहीं लेते हैं, राइट? फंक्शनल लेवल मैनेजर्स डिसीजंस नहीं बनाते हैं. Decisions are made by corporate managers and business level managers. Functional level managers only execute or turn those decisions into actions. Decisions are only taken by corporate and business level managers. Functional level managers only convert those decisions into actions, right? SPUs are present only at business level in organization. That is right. Can we say all SBUs are divisions, but all divisions are not SBUs? Absolutely right. Absolutely. You can say that, Krishna. You can absolutely say that. Corporate managers and business level managers take decisions. Functional level managers do not take decisions. They only execute those decisions. They only take actions on those decisions already made by corporate and business level managers, right? Quick question on your screen. Quickly, we have some 10 minutes left. फटाफट से करते हैं. फटाफट से करते हैं. Read the question very quickly and answer. Read the question very quickly and answer. If functional level will do implementation, that is right. If the company takes decision related to share price, then how will it affect the marketing department? Why not? Why not? Share price तो वैसे भी नहीं decide कर रहे. Share price तो is based on demand and supply in the market. No company can make decisions on share price, to be honest. They can take decisions on, do you want to spend money on dividends? Do you want to retain that money into business or not? And let's say a company CEO says कि हमें यार अपने 50 crores we have to reinvest into business. So marketing department will say ठीक है 5 crore हमें दे दो, we will get Virat Kohli to add for us, right? So that decision is actually affecting marketing department. Business level. All of you are saying business level. Let's check. Absolutely right. Business level managers, right? Which level manager is responsible for development of strategy resources allocated to fintech? Business level managers. Absolutely right. Quickly, another question. I have another question. अभी वो देखते हैं. पहले question solve करते, then I'll go to that. Right? Let's go to this question quickly. Next question on your screen, boys and girls. MDH Masala. Marketing team was discussing about the news of Everest Masala launching Marwari specific masala range. Okay. Basis this, what do you think in a competitive environment it is difficult to clearly estimate about a firm's strategies? Abhi padha hai. We have just studied this. Expect similar questions in examination. Arjun, you guys remember? You guys remember what we studied? Good to see that. That's right. Most of you are giving the right answer. I'll just wait for another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Competitive responses is the right. It is difficult to clearly estimate competitive responses, but you understand what kind of questions will come. छोटा सा case type आएगा, थोड़ा सा about the company, what is company doing, and then you will have to identify the concept here, right? Then अभी fresh पढ़ा तो answer मिल जाएगा. Examination के time you have to be very careful what concept are they asking about, right? Now let us go to the last topic that we have, which is strategic management for not-profit and government organizations. I'll give you very simple, बहुत आसान है ये topic. अभी तक we are talking about companies which are making profit. पैसा कमाना है, consumer के पास जाना है. We have to do marketing. We have to earn money from the consumers. We have to get the consumers to buy a product and services. We have to have a competitive advantage. Brand image बनानी है. सब सही है. But what about companies? What about organizations which are government organizations? जैसे रेलवे. रेलवे को तो कोई मार्केटिंग करने की जरूरत नहीं है, राइट? लोग अपने आप आएंगे. कोल इंडिया, गेल इंडिया, राइट? और नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लाइक एन एनजीओ. एनजीओ को स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट चाहिए या नहीं? गवर्नमेंट को स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट चाहिए या नहीं? द आंसर इज अ बिग यस. द आंसर इज अ बिग यस. स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट इनको भी चाहिए. स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट इनको भी चाहिए, राइट? These companies also need strategic management. Why? क्यों चाहिए इनको? Right? Now think about this. Compared to for-profit firms, the not-profit or government organizations often enjoy monopoly. ठीक है? गवर्नमेंट के पास तो मोनोपोली है. इंडियन रेलवे के पास मोनोपोली है. हम प्राइस बढ़ाएं, घटाएं, फ्री दें. We have monopoly. Why do I need a strategic competitive? I don't care. I am the only company and the only people. We are the only people who are running trains in the country. कुछ भी अपने को क्या फर्क पड़ता है, right? That is what they have. Number 2 is little or no measurability of performance. किसी को क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है रेलवेज कैसे कर रही है, एनजीओ इज ए सक्सेसफुल एनजीओ, और किसी का पैसा थोड़ी ना लगा हुआ. पीपल हैव गिवन चैरिटी थिंकिंग कि अच्छा आप चैरिटी में दे दो. अब वो चैरिटी सही जगह जा रही है नहीं जा रही है, people are thinking कि चलो वो आप अपना देखो. NGO is not concerned about shareholders, about investors, about promoters, or they do not have so many employees to take care of, right? NGOs specifically. So measurability नहीं. And they are totally dependent on outside financing. They are totally dependent outside. Charity आएगी, government से tax का पैसा आएगा government company के पास, or they will have some funding from investors from outside, or invested the government companies or will sell out. जैसे LIC selling of 5-7% to get money. Outside financing से पैसा आएगा. तो strategic management इनको चाहिए. Why do NGO or a government company will need a strategic management? Because the problem they face is this, sir. The problem they face is उनको पैसे नहीं देते कोई. They face a challenge in getting the right amount of funds to keep the functioning because the profits are not the motive. Now an NGO says, "Yeah, मुझे पैसा नहीं कमाना है. I am doing something good for the society. I don't want to earn money." So 90% of the people will not invest in an NGO saying, "Yeah, we want returns on our money." Charity तो थोड़ी सी करेंगे. I have 100 rupees. I will give 5 or 10 rupees or 2 or 3 rupees, whatever your case is. उतना ही तो charity दोगे. But if you want to invest, you can invest 50 rupees. यार चलो 50 के 60 rupees कमा के देंगे, right? So the challenge with NGOs and government companies is they do not have very huge profits. तो इनको पैसा funding लाने में problem होती है. So this is where strategic management comes into picture. If NGO or a government organization is having strategic management or is focusing on strategic management, it is easier for them to get money. Now, let's say, for example, Coal India Limited, coal की company है India की, they want 1,000 crores to set up a mine, right? To build a mine. इनको पैसा चाहिए. Government से जाके पैसा लेंगे. Government को बोलेंगे, we want 1,000 crores. Government will say, okay, tell me how you function. Why should I give you money? Why would you be a successful mining company? अगर ये company strategic management vision नहीं है, now let's go to strategic management के steps, right? We studied about this. Now developing a strategic vision. Now NGO will have to tell people who are giving charity, उनको बताना पड़ेगा हमारा vision क्या है, हमारा objective क्या है, हम कैसे achieve करेंगे, how are we implementing your money of charity, how are we evaluating the money we are like spending on the right society, on the right consumer, on the right people of charity, and initiating corrective. अगर नहीं उन तक पैसा पहुंच पा रहा है, what are we doing as a corrective action? Unless you tell this to the people who are giving charity or to the government organizations or the NGOs will also not get the desired money, right? So to get the desired amount of funds, the NGO and government organizations also have to go for strategic management. They also have to manage themselves as per strategic management, right? Simple logic. Got it. हाँ, जो कंपनीज शेयर इशू कर रही हैं, दे हैव अ डिफरेंट केस, बट प्योर गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज व्हिच डू नॉट हैव शेयर्स, उनको प्रॉब्लम आती है, राइट? उनको प्रॉब्लम आती है. I think Sonika's keyboard has gone. Monica, you just sent 200 blank texts. I will just go with this. Okay. Last question for today, and then we will close. We have already 3 minutes over. Last question for today. Solve this, and our chapter is complete. Quickly, 15 seconds for this question. Read the question and answer quickly. And then we will close the chapter for today. Okay, so C, C, B, B, C, B. What about others? Read the question and answer. Let's last 1 minute and then we close the session for today. Okay. B, 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 C. Okay, let's see. Absolutely. Somebody asked this question as well, right? The correct answer is strategy is not a substitute for alert and responsible management. It is not a substitute. ऐसा नहीं होगा आपने स्ट्रैटेजी बना दी तो अब आंख बंद करके बैठ जाओ. हमने तो प्लान स्ट्रैटेजी बना दी, हमने तो रिएक्टिव स्ट्रैटेजी बना दी. नाउ वी विल डू नथिंग. हमारा काम हो गया. नो, you have to be alert and responsible as management as well, right? It is not a substitute for alert and responsible management. आपको आंख कान मुंह सब खुला रखना है, right? Even if you have a strategy, even if you're doing strategic management, you have to be alert and responsible, right? I hope you guys got a gist of what to expect from the sessions. I hope you had fun. The questions were right on point as you can expect in the examinations, right? We talked about industrial training. We talked about career options. Bring in, like for the next 11, 12 sessions that we have further, bring all the questions you have about career or your examinations or how to study. We'll try to solve all of those. We have completed chapter 1 with this. Congratulations, the chapter 1 is already done today in 2.5 hours itself, right? Also, on a closing note, start building your network on LinkedIn. You will have great many opportunities for articleship, for industrial training, and for job, right? Go there, start building, start reaching out to people, start building your connections. It really, really helps. Outside studies, out in practical life, it is going to help you a lot, right? The questions were tricky, absolutely. I'm trying to bring in even more difficult questions for you guys. Let's see if I can do that, right? It's good to know, it's good to solve these questions. All right, guys, let us close for today. Already 5-7 minutes over time, but it's okay. First session, so it's good to have more interaction. From the next sessions, we will keep it short. Probably 5 minutes pehle hi khatam karenge, so that you guys also can go to your general life. And for today, thank you so much for everyone who has joined and interacted. I'm thoroughly grateful that you guys are chatting, and it's a good connection to have with you guys. Right? All right, I'll see you in the next session then, and we'll start with chapter 2, another very amazing, very insightful chapter. I think it's one of the most exciting chapters in this entire syllabus. We'll see you on the next one, right? And I'll upload this PPT right after this in next 30-40 minutes. I'll upload it so you can access it probably. All right, guys, thank you everyone who's writing a thank you, and thank you to you guys for joining. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.